Bob's Thriftway. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar always goes farther.
Graduating seniors. If you are a Lee County Electric Cooperative member or one of their dependents, have either taken your ACT or your SATs, and plan to be a full-time student at an accredited college or university, you can now apply for the Lee County Electric Education Foundation Scholarship. Apply by the end of the day on January 17th, 2025. You can apply with your school's counselor online at lcecnet.com/scholarship-program or visit your local Lee County Electric Cooperative office.
It's a red tag sales event at Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. Fall into savings with 0% APR on your favorite Chevy models, like the 24 Silverado Half-Ton and 24 and 25 model Equinox. Need more room to carry your crew through the holidays? We have a great selection of Tahoes and Suburbans, as well as the highly anticipated all-new Chevy Traverse. So hurry in today to Guy Chevrolet Company on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia or at GuyChevy.com.
Offer ends December 2nd, 2024. GM Financial Financing for well-qualified buyers.
Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. John 3:16 reminds us that God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life, and he will bring us through. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the family of excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking.
Eat, shop, stay, and play in Hobbs during the 65th Annual Hobbs Holiday Basketball Tournament. Thursday, December 26th through Saturday, the 28th. Help welcome teams from all over New Mexico and Texas to the Ralph Tasker Arena at Hobbs High. Purchase advance tickets online at hobbsschools.net/athletics/tickets. The Hobbs Holiday Tournament is sponsored by the Hobbs Chamber of Commerce and Hobbs Municipal Schools, and paid for by Hobbs Lodgers Tax.
Year-end clearance starts now at National Furniture Liquidators. Inventory levels must be reduced before the end of the fiscal year. Our loss is your gain. Stylish 4-piece bedroom, just $4.94. Ashley sofa and love seat, just $5.97 both pieces. Table, 4 chairs and bench, just $3.85. Plus much, much more. Store-wide savings now and great financing options regardless of your credit. Year-end clearance at National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
nobody beats Shorty.
At Caveman Spray Foam Insulation, they can help you with all your insulation needs. Whether it be a new build or remodel or that old metal shop, they've got you covered. Certified and with over 12 years combined experience, there is nothing that can't be insulated. With free quotes available and serving all of Eddy, Lee, and Chavez counties in New Mexico, with a service available in West Texas, call the pros today at Caveman Spray Foam Insulation, 575-361-2228. If it can be sprayed, we'll spray it.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Hi, good morning. The forecast for southeast New Mexico as we go down to 285 is Roswell temperatures at 68 degrees this afternoon under a sunny sky. Carlsbad, Artesia at 70 degrees. Occasionally some high clouds move over the region, and 70 degrees in Hobbs and Lovington. A weak front will arrive by tomorrow afternoon, and temperatures in the lower 60s in Hobbs and Lovington and 63 degrees in Carlsbad. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Let's go! Up and at 'em. All right, rise and shine.
Good morning to you, too.
Go, let's go, let's go!
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio.
You have questions? We have answers.
Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer.
Why? How does it affect your family?
Why are they doing that?
You have questions?
Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
Check us out on Facebook.
The new and improved Be in the Breakfast Club. Now including Monica and Blake.
I don't know how those two managed to be so perky in the morning.
It all comes down to this.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas? It's Christmas.
Santa's making a list and checking it twice.
Give toys to everyone, whether they're naughty or nice. Christmas!
Sees you when you're sleeping.
And he knows when you're awake. Watching to see if I'm naughty, are you?
Have you been naughty or nice this year?
In my personal opinion, very nice. I've been naughty.
It's showtime.
And good morning to you. It is another day in paradise today. We're the eve before the eve of the eve. Is that correct?
That is correct.
It And
Christmas
Monica,
Eve
you're in the
Eve.
station for today.
Today?
And then when do you leave to go to New York City?
It's
New
actually
York.
next Monday that we leave.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't go. Did you see what happened some lady got put on fire over there?
No.
We will
She got what, Tom? Wait. Before anybody, she got what, Tom?
Some idiot dialed something on her and put her on fire.
Dialed something on her?
Doused something on her.
Doused?
Don't know what yet. But
Sprayed some flammable liquid on her. Lit her on fire and closed the door so she could be crispy critters.
How awful.
Yeah.
do not get
In the subway. So stay out of the subway.
All right.
Stay out of New York, period.
Stay out of New York, period.
Well, staying off the subway has been kind of the thing for a little while.
What's more dangerous? Being in New York City or being on the road with Tom?
Well,
that is a good question.
That's very debatable.
You know, it's funny that you guys are bringing this up because without even knowing about this story, I booked a churro. So that way, we've got a car waiting for us whenever we fly in.
That is what you want to do.
And absolutely. Yeah. So
yeah,
I think
that
that's what
cost
we're gonna
us, me and we, it was like $70 from the airport to Times Square.
Yeah, it's going to cost us about $600 for the whole week.
That's
not bad.
Still not bad, right?
To have a car and a driver, yep. You want that.
And because I don't know what it is for a subway trip or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, and you probably don't want to go to the subway.
Okay.
What are you staying over?
You say that back in the day it was okay.
Yeah, it was fine, but you got a bunch of crazies, and you got Alvin Gregg that doesn't throw anybody in jail unless it's Donald Trump.
They used to have cops that would get on and ride the subway every once in a while.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
There's always been a nut in every car.
I agree.
Right? There's always been a crazy person in there, and it's a show. It's just think of it as like that's your after dinner show. And it's in the subway car.
How neat!
I mean, they're crazies everywhere. I went to get donuts Sunday, and so I'm ordering what I wanted because everybody wants different bread, and so I'm going, okay, I want the mocha chocolate. I want this. I want that. And this guy just walks up and starts throwing out his order, and I wasn't having it. I just turned around and said, "Hey, you heard?" You see my mouth stop yet? He just looked at me. I said, "You talk when I finish." And the lady behind the counter goes, "Ooh."
Right?
That dude didn't say nothing for the rest until I walked away. I was like, how rude of you.
Yeah.
I mean, she can't take all our orders at the same time. Get the hell out of here.
Right?
He looked at me like, you damn foreigner trash. Think that all you want. Learn some damn manners. All right, question of the day this morning. Would you rather have 3 feet of snow for Christmas Day or no snow at all? 3 feet of snow and no snow at all. Blake, 3 feet?
No.
Or none?
None.
Monica?
3 feet of snow.
You would like the white powdery stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Only
Wow,
because
Tom, you want...
Oh,
okay, go ahead.
Only because if that's the only time we're going to get it, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it in excess.
That wasn't part of the equation.
So,
well,
Tom,
I
would
considered
you
it in
like
my answer.
the 3 feet of snow or no snow?
Well, when I was in southern Idaho,
I didn't ask you where you've been. I asked you a simple question. Do you want 3? Well, I mean, who the hell do you think you are? Kamala Harris right before Christmas?
I'm just saying we liked it. We liked it.
Fall out of a coconut tree.
I don't need the damn word salad. It's a question. Do you want 3 feet of snow or no snow at all?
Well, when we were little, we used to build snowmen.
Turn his mic off.
Mic him in.
Well, that is the question of the day. I'd love to hear from you. And I don't want to hear about damn Idaho or Iowa or Minnesota or Wisconsin or anywhere else. I just wanted to know if you want 3 feet of snow or none.
We ain't getting no snow here, though.
It wasn't about if we're getting it or not. It's about what do you want?
So Do you want to, when you step out of the Nelson bus, do you want to step into snow or no snow at all?
We live
on
in the
Christmas
desert,
Day?
man.
So you want some?
That's not the question. Do you?
Snow
I
is
mean,
snow.
can't you just play along with the damn game?
Would be fun if I didn't do it like that.
All right, Human Light Day. Maybe we can get a human light that goes off in Tom's head this morning. National Bake Day. National Roots Day. Tom, you can play Kunta Kinte today. With no winner and Friday's drawing the lucky Mega Million. That's going to be Christmas Eve. It's going to be over $1 billion. By the way, the odds of you winning are 1 in 302 million. It's like the Cowboys winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, they're out. They've been eliminated.
The Cowboys?
So that's
Even
what
though
I
they
said.
won last
It's
night?
like Cowboys winning a Super Bowl.
Washington winning against the Eagles eliminated them from the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
So imagine winning $1 billion just before Christmas.
That'd be nice.
That would almost cover the debt that you accrued from all those Christmas buying presents.
Just a
Maybe.
little bit.
Unless you're Tom. I mean, I gave my grandkids $200. Oh no, it was $80.
It was 100. That was it.
No, it was 100. Divide that up between 4.
No, it was 200. It was $200 gift card I gave them.
No, you said 100. I do remember
No, he
now.
did. He said he gave $200 to them, and I said, how many were there? And he said 4. So it equals out to $50 a piece.
That's $50 pretty
Yeah,
good. I didn't get them
those
$50
little
when I was a
bitty
kid.
kids. Those little bitty kids were like, cheap bastard gave me $50.
Right?
Doesn't see me all year and gave me $50.
Yep.
Hey, I didn't get $50 worth of presents when I was a kid.
It's not about, you know what? I did. And I'm going to take care of my grandkids because I only have so many.
Look, I'm going to say it this way. It doesn't
that's
matter
my
what
legacy.
it doesn't matter what I got. I'm going to give my grandkids.
Yeah.
What happened to me as little doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a job of a grandparent is to spoil the kids.
Well, they get spoiled out every year by their own parents. Believe me.
It's not. Elderly Texas member of Congress who has been missing and look, she's a Republican. She's been missing for 6 months from the Capitol. Has been found. You know where she's been?
Where?
She's living in a nursing home that specializes in memory care.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Who checked
Also
her in?
known as the future home of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Well, Jill's getting ready to dump him in one.
Oh, the way she looked at Trump, she was like, I can't wait to get rid of this diaper duty. I'm done. If you think you know football rules really well, Tom, you think you know football rules pretty good?
It depends on what rules.
Did you know that a fair catch kick?
Yes.
You know about the fair catch kick?
Yes.
So the Chargers did that last Thursday night and picked up 3 points in a play that hadn't been seen in the NFL in 48 years.
Yeah,
You can
right.
Google that. Yeah. Okay, the rule is
it's a free kick.
You have to have at least an inch of snow on the ground by 7 a.m. Christmas morning for it to be a white Christmas. That's another rule, Tom, you probably didn't know about.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
Well,
1 inch by 7 a.m. Christmas morning.
That's a normal night for Hunter.
All right. Now I'm pissed. Now I am pissed. You got the President of the United States that decided he was going to commute murderers, rapists, terrorists.
Yep.
You know who's on this list? 37 individuals that were on death row. They're on death row. They were supposed to be executed. These are federal sentences. And Biden commuted all of them.
All but 3.
You remember the Boston bomber? Remember the Boston bomber?
He's one of the exceptions.
He's on the list.
No. He was.
Biden commuted his death sentence.
No, he was one of the 3 exceptions.
Oh, he's one of the 3 exceptions.
Yes, the 4.
Dylan Ruth was also one of the 3 that were.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, known for, where was that? In North Carolina or South Carolina?
South
Where he
Carolina.
went into the church.
Yes. Yeah.
And shot all those people up.
Yeah.
So 37 individuals that a jury found guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Biden said, well, they're guilty, but they're not going to die.
Mm.
I'm a little
life sentence.
I'm a little upset that, you know, you got people on death row. They were found guilty by a jury.
A federal jury. It was 40 federal death row inmates.
Yep. Crazy. World leaders responding to the Saudi man and that terrorist attack on the Christmas market that happened in Germany. That was Friday night our time, if I'm not mistaken. 50-year-old doctor took his car and allegedly mowed down more than 200 people in the packed streets in Germany. I don't know if you saw that story also from Colleen.
Yes.
Yeah.
A guy took his car and tried to mow over a bunch of folks.
The Germany that don't watch that video if you are.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Really bad. And I went to the gym this morning. I didn't see my German friends. I was going to ask about that. Tom, what happened in Colleen? I'm looking for that story.
Well,
I know.
it seems like this crazy driver drove into the mall at the JCPenney's there, and then he got out and started shooting people. And fortunately, there was a police officer there who killed him. Mm-hmm. I think 6 people were shot. I don't know if anybody has died, but 6 people were taken to the hospital there in Colleen.
Oh, wow.
I was looking. Oh, here it is. All right. Pickup driver fled police after driving through the doors at a JCPenney's busy mall in Texas, injuring 5 people before he was fatally shot by officers. 53-year-old man identified as John Darrell Schultz drove his truck, crashed into the department store in Colleen, and striking people, according to Sergeant Brian Washko of the, of course, Department of Public Safety. Mm-hmm. And police were able to chase him down, and he was killed by the police. Those that were injured from 6 to 75 years of age. Crazy. People are just downright crazy. All right, question of the day. Do you want 3 feet of snow or no snow on Christmas Day? I'd love to hear from you. Our number 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew, reminding you the governor is going to be clamping down on your rights again. You can count on that. I've got a 60-day session coming up in a matter of just days now. And Randy's going to be there fighting for you, fighting for your kids, fighting for your Second Amendment rights, fighting for the oil and gas industry. Randy just reminds you that you can always reach out to him, randallpettigrew.com, message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. Fog in the forecast today, especially this morning, early this morning, should burn off. They're saying about 9 o'clock. No wind today. Well, maybe about 10 miles an hour. Relatively no wind. 73 for the high. Will be sunny after the fog burns off. Decreasing clouds tonight down to 37 and 61 tomorrow. But get that this morning, 73 for the high. 5-day forecast. Check it out for yourself. W105radio.com. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by La Tienda, reminding you they've got all your Christmas, whatever you need, they've got it. All your baked goods and cooking goods, they've got you covered. $6.99 for a standing rib roast. They've got it. They also have the Harmel Cure 81 spiral ham, $1.97 a pound. And the shank ham, just 97 cents a pound. Asparagus, $2.77 a pound. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag, $2.99. Pillsbury crescent rolls, 2 for $6. Duncan Hines cake mix, 5 boxes for $5. Plus so much more. Don't forget the eggnog. They've got it a quart for $3.98. And Merry Christmas from La Tienda. Get everything you need at La Tienda. Tom in the text.
All right, Ann in Midland is saying, as long as I don't have to drive in it, I would love a white Christmas, she says this morning.
And Lovington Trashman says, tell Kevin that we don't have any fog here.
And
well, I'm just saying what's in the forecast.
Right. And Kevin, could you explain that fair catch rules a little bit more? Ask the text.
I can.
Yeah, go ahead, Blake.
So what happens is, and this is in all high school, college, and pro football. If you make a fair catch at the end, when time runs out, end of a quarter, end of a half, end of the game, you have the ability to attempt a free kick from the spot of the fair catch. Now, seldom is it tried because it's usually not advantageous to try it. Because if you miss, then the other team has the ball, right? I mean,
you get pretty good field position.
Yeah, most people just run a play and leave. And like Kevin said, the last time it was successfully attempted was in 76, but it is attempted every few years. Like the Panthers tried to do it in 2019, the 49ers tried to do it in 2013, the Packers tried to do it in 2008, and really they were just too long. They were like 69 yards, 68 yards, 70 yards, stuff like that. So it really kind of depends on your kicker and how good.
Well, today's kickers, they're averaging 55 yards.
But yeah, in 76, of course, it was the Chargers and the Buffalo Bills. That was a different game that they did it in, and it was only 45 yards in.
Even kickers in high school are kicking 45-yard field goals. And college, consistently kicking 50-yard field goals, that used to be unheard of.
Right.
Crazy.
Well, and the one that comes to mind most recently was, I think it was 2008, when the Packers tried it, and it was 69 yards, and it was going to be the longest field goal on record, and the ball fell barely short.
Oh, man.
They were playing the Lions, and it was going into the half. It fell just like inches in front of the crossbar.
Well, we went to grocery shopping today, and I saw a stress ball, and I said, I need that. And Wee's like, why you need that? Because I'm stuck in the studio for 3.5 hours with somebody that says stupid stuff all the time. And I said I might need that stress ball. So I'm already hitting the stress ball, Tom.
You've already got it. Show the camera.
I might bust this thing. I mean,
go ahead.
Let me see it.
Up. Let me see it.
Hold it up to the camera. A la máquina.
I ain't stressed.
It's a two-fold. It's a stress ball, and then it's got those little things that you can push in.
Right.
I don't know what that's all about, but
it's a fidget. That's what it is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
All right. You want more text?
Yeah, please.
Okay. A lot of people are saying no, to the snow, but my wife keeps putting it in the fridge. So
that was my peanut butter question from the 5 o'clock hour.
Kevin, that's apples and oranges, said someone. Another one said no snow. Good morning, says John in Payo, Texas. No snow.
And original Tom A. hater says, I'm surprised Tom A. didn't give the grandkids coupons for buffets. Says,
The oil patch truckers don't need snow ever, says a texter. And Monica Hater says, no wet snow, just the Hunter Biden snow.
There you go. Bigger fact says, I'll take $1 million over 3 feet for Christmas, says this one text.
That's big juror.
$1 billion. Heck yeah.
Yeah, $1 billion.
What did you call them?
$1 billion.
No, the name of the texter.
Bigger facts.
Bigger facts.
It's big jur, like as in Jerry.
Yes.
Oh.
And bigger facts. 3 feet of snow all day long. I was born and raised in West Germany. I can't remember when it did not snow during Christmas, says Big John. See, that's what I'm talking about. I want all the Christmas feels. Let it snow.
So, Big John, let me ask you something, because all my German friends start drinking before like 10 a.m.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just wondering if, since you were born in German, are you Germany? I mean, are you German? Or are you just born there? Maybe at a military base. The way to find out if you start drinking before 10 a.m., you're German.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
Well, that could be problematic. I mean, you're working.
Well, you didn't say working, you know.
I'm just saying.
All right. Kevin, no wind in the forecast unless you're behind Tom, says Uncle Mike. And B, you don't need a stress ball. Your wife has 2 stress toys for you. I
believe me, I try, and she's been very busy lately.
I would love
I tried.
I would love snow all winter, says Toby from Hagerman. Just because Tom was trying to describe his childhood, you need a stress ball, says this texter. And 2 more.
Oh, my Lord. I used to live in southern Idaho, and let me be devil's advocate here.
Uh-oh.
So, because from time to time, I bust you. You are a migrant farmer. What were you guys picking in the winter in the snow?
Potatoes.
In the snow?
No, in southern Idaho, you had a big old storage thing of potatoes, and you had to sort them out because then you had to harvest them out to the stores.
So you weren't a picker, you were a harvester.
Well,
you were a sorter.
Yeah, and it was cold in there, man. Shoot.
You were how old?
13, 14, 12.
God bless you. All right, looks like the NTSB released a preliminary report on some of the things about the Pecos train crash. And look, now we get down to the nitty gritty. Somebody had said that it was 30 minutes that truck was on the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Not true. Not true. According to NTSB, investigators determined that the truck hauling heavy equipment on a hydraulic platform was on the grade crossing for just over 1 minute before it was struck the Union Pacific freight train. So let's think about this. 1 minute.
Why?
It was going over 70 miles an hour. It was going 70 miles an hour.
Man,
how fast does it take? Should the barricade been down?
Yes.
I would think so. If it's traveling and why is a train traveling 70 miles an hour through a town?
Well, that truck can't cross that intersection in a minute.
No, it was carrying a wind turbine, which is how many feet long? It doesn't say in the story.
They're extra long. I don't know how long they are either.
200 feet long at least.
I got a buddy of mine that's doing that all over the country. And so the truck...
Yeah, it was part of the tower for that wind turbine, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So the truck's tractor lowboy trailer was unable to go through the intersection for reasons that they're trying to investigate and find out why. Shortly after, crossing warning device was activated. The gate hit the truck. You can see where supposedly it was on the truck and attempted to go into the lower position. The Union Pacific train hit the trailer, causing the wind turbine base to detach and propel in the air. The equipment then hit a nearby building, caused significant damage. The train derailed upon impact, resulting in the derailment of all 4 locomotives and 25 intermodal wells. And so, it says that the speed limit on that section of the track is 70 miles an hour. How? That's going through the middle of town.
Should be like 25, like everybody else drives 25 out there in the city.
Maybe they need to rethink that. By the way, the rest of this report will be coming out in about 30 days. They say that the complete investigation could take 12 to 24 months. Maybe they need to rethink how fast those trucks can travel. I mean, the train can travel.
Right. Well,
Because-
and how far out that their notice should go. I mean, they have sensors on those tracks.
If it was on the track for only 1 minute, is that enough speed for that train to slow down?
No.
The answer
No,
is
Ford
no.
locomotives, no.
And if it's going 70, obviously they can cover a mile in a minute. I mean,
Yes.
more
Easy.
than a mile in a minute.
So, 2 people died.
Yep.
Crazy.
Both of the people on the train.
Yes. By the way, it looks like the NTSB materials some of that materials are being sent to a laboratory in Washington, D.C. Tom, you might want to check on this. Northbound lane, National Parks Highway, approximately mile marker 12 and 13, temporarily closed due to an accident. That was a while back. Check and see if that's open. That's in Eddy County, of course. And in Chaves County, they're currently investigating a overnight shooting that was Saturday night that left 2 females with minor injuries. Roswell Police Department investigating a drive-by shooting that occurred about 10:25 p.m. on East 4th Street. 2 women were shot. Their injuries believed to be life-threatening. That's pretty much all that we know at this point. 632, tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by Platinum Auto Services in Carlsbad, professional mechanics on duty. They do all your maintenance. In fact, if you have a fleet of vehicles that you want them to take care of, they can. Yeah, they can do the oil changes and the all your tires. But if there's something going on, they also do diagnostics. Their folks are all ASE certified technicians. They're skilled and experienced, and they use nothing but high-quality auto parts. Give them a call this morning. 575-689-6900 or 606 South Canal in Carlsbad. Tweet of the day being brought to you by Platinum Auto Services. All right, let me set this up. Shane McGillis, who is a comedian. He was on Game Day on ESPN. He is a big Notre Dame fan.
Okay.
And he basically said that Alabama cheated a whole bunch. They went to break and they came back, and here's what was said.
You called him a cheater earlier. I was just joking around. I don't think the SEC paid players ever. Period. Right? I'm joking. Are we not? Is this not a fun show? No. Serious show? Serious football. Alabama Jones is very serious. No, I'm not serious. Get the whip, Indy.
I do believe in integrity. I always tried to run the program that way so players had a better chance to be successful in life.
I agree.
We make more money in the NFL than any other school, 61 players in the league. That was how we cheated. We developed players. We recruited.
And that is a true story. Alabama has more players in the NFL than any other school. So did Alabama pay players, though? The truth of the matter is they all did. They all do. I mean, way before NIL, they all did. Did Nick Saban have knowledge of it? I can't say yes or no. But there were bagmen that paid players, for sure. Just like at the University of Texas, just like at LSU, they all did it. You go into any campus prior to NIL and you look at the clothes that these young men were wearing. I saw one player at LSU with a huge Louis Vuitton bag. I'm talking about like a tote. And I'm like, how can a college player afford that?
Agree.
Monica, how much is a Louis Vuitton? I'm talking about huge, like a tote.
I'm gonna say right under $4,000.
Holy
Yes.
cow.
4K?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
And so, that player took a picture with my wife. His name was Clyde Edward-Helaire, that went on to play at Kansas City.
Still playing for Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, now he's with the Saints, though, Tom. He got cut last week.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, he sure did. Looks like the gun used by the Madison, Wisconsin Christian school shooter was purchased legally. I didn't know a 15-year-old could purchase a gun.
Uh-oh.
They can't.
And by the way, they keep saying gun, but in another report they said that there were 2 guns.
Yeah, handguns.
And what about the guy that was coaching her on how to pull this off? What about him? 20-year-old man from Carlsbad, California, who was also plotting a mass shooting with the teenager. What about this guy? Was he the coordinator? Was he the mentor? What exactly was he? But Breitbart News reporting the 15-year-old had 2 handguns with her. And as noted by the Madison police chief, but they were both purchased legally.
Well, hey, here's the thing. They're trying to make this sound like they need to do something for gun control.
Right.
But my big question is how many guns are originally purchased legally?
Yeah, and then stolen.
Yeah.
But this is the problem. This is a week out. They will not identify the person at this time to preserve the integrity of the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say this much. Sandy Hook shooter.
We knew everything.
Instantly said that the mother had purchased the gun and the son was able to get the guns and perpetrate this shooting. So I want to know why they're not releasing this information. Because it's Wisconsin. Because it's Madison, Wisconsin. I also want to know more about Alexander Poffendorf, the 20-year-old man from Carlsbad, California, who plotted the mass shooting with the teenager. Right. I want to know more about that. Right. I want to know who bought the guns. I want to know who owned the guns. How did she obtain the guns? And what about this 20-year-old man?
Right.
It's kind of unusual that a 20-year-old is hanging out with a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, and again, it's disingenuous to say they were purchased legally.
Yes.
We
just don't know.
Yeah. Well, and she couldn't possibly purchase them legally.
No, she couldn't. Of course not. Looks like New York Police Department arrested a migrant who allegedly set a woman on fire in the subway, watched her burn. The migrant from Guatemala was arrested in connection with the heinous death of the woman who was lit on fire and burned to death in the subway. 33-year-old Sebastian Zapata has been arrested.
Guatemala.
From Guatemala. By the way, he was illegally in the country also and came into the country.
Yep.
And now he wants to say thank you for allowing me to stay in the country this long. He's setting citizens on fire. Are you tired of it yet? Are you fed up with it yet? You're not? Okay, well, you'll get more of it, I'm sure. Looks like Cowboys make a clutch defensive play. Stymied the Bucs. Pulled off a big win with the interception. So congratulations. Cowboys win 26-24. But with the Commanders beating the Eagles, they're out of the playoffs. Yeah. So do you think Jerry Jones makes a change in coaching?
No, Mike McCarthy's a good coach. They just had injuries. They had
Man, look at you flip-flopping.
and everything.
You were calling for his removal the second game of the year.
So he's a good coach.
Well, he's the guy that also said Tennessee would beat Ohio State.
Wait a minute now, but I want to stick with this Cowboy thing because he was all over getting rid of McCarthy. Like at the beginning of he's a bad coach.
Was going to be the next coach.
He hadn't won anything since Green Bay, and he needs to go. And Jerry Jones is going to get rid of him before the middle of the season happens.
Well, they won 4 or 5. Should have been 5 of 5, except for that Cincinnati game where they missed.
So what you're just saying is you're admitting to flip-flopping.
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Wait, I thought Deion was going to be the next coach.
No, he's staying in Colorado. He ain't going nowhere. He's coming in Colorado.
Dude, he signed like 5 people. Five high school kids.
Quality kids, too.
No, he wasn't quality kids. It wasn't quality kids. He's like ranked, even in the Big 12, he was like third.
But it doesn't matter until you get them there. Then you get them exposed to your culture, your winning ways, and stuff like that.
Okay, whatever. God bless you. Texas Attorney General suing the NCAA to stop transgenders from being included in women's sports. Thank you, Ken Paxton. Thank you for having the wherewithal to file a suit. Man arrested for ramming Albuquerque Police Department car. Wait a second. How drunk are you when you ram a police officer's car?
Drunk.
Very drunk.
Yeah.
Ricardo Montes was arrested, reversed right into the Albuquerque Police Department car.
Idiot.
Wow. And ran away. They eventually found him. Fetterman says that he's hoping Donald Trump succeeds. He said, he said those that are hoping that Donald Trump fails are rooting against the nation.
He's right.
He said, I can't do that. I'm rooting for Donald Trump. Carlsbad man accused of robbing the Western Commerce Bank. 38-year-old Michael George Valdez, who was accused of robbing the bank. Officers notified of the bank robbery at the Western Commerce Bank about 3:10 last Thursday. This guy was on foot and was arrested and charged with the robbery. And out of Santa Fe, the sheriff's office said a suspect was involved in a fatal hit and run in October, has been arrested, and they arrested him in El Paso. Mario Mendez, accused of that fatal hit and run that killed Monica Mays, arrested in El Paso. By the way, he's facing a bunch of other charges, including homicide and 2 counts of child abuse. And a Chaves County man charged with aggravated DUI, facing charges with the state police after they say that he slammed into a sheriff's deputy vehicle while extremely intoxicated. That happened on Thursday. Chaves County Sheriff's Office said the driver was waiting to turn in an intersection on Brashear and Sunset in South Roswell. They say the driver collided with another car, striking the deputy's vehicle. And, wow. Alfredo Torbano showed signs of intoxication. By the way, he blew a .40.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's like 5 times the legal limit.
Yeah, it is.
That's dangerous, too. You could get easily alcohol poisoning from that.
He was transported to Chaves County Detention Center, faces multiple charges. Congratulations. We got people that's usually when you're driving drunk, you try to avoid the police.
Right.
These idiots are just like running right into the police. Congratulations. All right. We're going to get into Carl Higbie on the way. We'll talk about no government shutdown. No government shutdown. So they did avert that. I'm not happy about it, but no government shutdown. We'll talk about that. Also, the thought for the day is on the way. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving on 128 this morning, need fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles and fill her up. Twin Wells Fuel Station, open to the public, selling unleaded green diesel, DEF, red diesel. They've got you covered. Twin Wells Fuel Station. Find them right there on 128, off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Find them. They accept credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. What the hell was that got me off? Tom, were you like hiccuping?
I just did a little cough.
There's a damn cough button in front of you.
I pushed it.
His coughs are so strong that they're coming through our mics.
Damn sure came through my headphones. All right, tweet of the day. The thought for the day on the way. Go ahead, guys.
All right.
All right, the only thing good about the
Throw a little bed music in there.
The only thing good about the governor building, since you're going to make fun of me, building a housing development is that all the illegal immigrants would be in one place, and it would be easier to round them up and deport them. Says
Where'd that text come from?
Where did that text come from?
I mean, that came from like like last week, the beginning of the week, we talked about the housing for immigrants.
Yeah, she wants to take in the balloon fiesta. That's
Right.
like you need to do it where it's the
fairgrounds.
newest first.
Okay, here's one. It would be okay.
Where's
with
my stress ball? This fool is on my last nerve.
It would be okay with 3 feet of snow. I took vacation, and I don't have to work Christmas Eve or Christmas Day this year, says the texter.
You selfish son of a gun.
We got some fog between Loving and Orla, sends a texter.
See, I told you it was coming.
And that train hauls ass. I've seen it, says the texter. And that was not a wind turbine tower, says David in Artesia.
What was it?
Talking about the train. Snow only if it stays for a couple of days. I hate when it snows for the morning, then goes away and makes everything mushy.
Nasty.
Yep.
All right, Cowboys suck. Let's go Eagles, says the texter.
And Tom A, he hits dumpsters.
Quarterback hurt. The Eagles quarterback.
Yeah, he is hurt. Tom A hits dumpsters sober, says this one texter.
Accident on 62-180 about half a mile west of Pilot, says a texter. Be careful.
I'll check that out here in a moment, too.
Okay. Different types of trains have different regulations of speed. The train was a Z train, which is a high priority, says someone.
This one texter said, I bet they would love to have that Marine in that subway train now, says the text.
In morning, that was not wind components. It was a vessel for an oil field project.
I'm reading right here from the NTSB report, and it said it was loaded. The load was described as wind turbine base, but it was not. Okay, but it was not. It was heavy equipment.
The load hit by the train was not part of a wind turbine. It was
Okay.
a vessel for a gas processing plant. Okay. And Patricia from West Odessa says, I hate the snow, and I work up here in Nebraska and the surrounding states. I hate winters up here. It is brutal. Last year it got to negative 37 in North Dakota. I couldn't even put fuel in my truck. My hands were so cold.
Wow.
Wow.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
This one text says, I grew up in southern Idaho, proud to be a 2CJ, and I'm not sure where Tom grew up with. That says the texter. Twin Falls, Idaho, southern Idaho.
We'll read the rest of that.
And I don't know not sure where Tom grew up at harvesting potatoes in the snow. I think he might be
That's
confused.
why I was asking. That's why I was asking.
No, you don't harvest the fields. You harvest the potatoes inside where they put them.
How can you harvest them inside?
Well,
Harvest means that you're taking them out of the ground.
You put them in bags and stuff and get them ready to ship out.
That's processing.
Processing. There you go.
Big John says, Kevin, I was born in Germany to an American father and German mother in a German hospital. I have dual citizenship. I work in the oil patch, so I do not start drinking before 10, as far as anybody knows.
Germans are good people. Good people.
All right.
And good morning, guys. My thought of the day: people from Texas are like people from Mexico. They love to fly their flags and other state and countries, but it's not where they're from, says the texter. It's where you're
Well,
at.
I do know this much. If we go to like Ruidoso, there's lots of Texans that fly their flags there.
Because people from Texas are proud to be from Texas.
Yeah, they are very proud.
And the wreck was a pickup
For good
hurrying
reason.
and or a belly dump with superb driving skills, says this person, referring, I guess, to that wreck. And I hear people saying Dion needs to go to the NFL and coach. LOL. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's
I
gonna
think
stay
he
in
should go
Buffalo.
to the
He's gonna stay
Cowboys.
He's going to stay in
I think he should go to the Cowboys.
Question
He's
of
gonna
the
stay in
day. Question of the day answer, as in the words of Trump, snow, baby, snow.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. All right, fog in the forecast. I'll get you updated with the complete forecast on the way. Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of CUD Energy Services. They are operating in New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma, have over 200 experienced seaman professionals ready to go to work for you. Get in touch with them. You can find them in Hobbs on Magnum Industrial Road, or just look them up, spinnakeroil.com for more information. Tom?
West Texas Intermediate, $69.15, $72.59 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $3.83. B.
All right, we're going to get to the thought for the day. New Mexico housing nonprofit receives millions. Donald Trump firing back about the Panama Canal. You guys hear that?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So I got the clip. I'll play that. But see, you know who's taking over the Chinese, the Panama Canal? The Chinese.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Well, because Biden gave it to Panama.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that. That was actually, wasn't that Carter that gave it to Panama? Sold it to him for $1.
I'll have to go look that up.
Yeah, it was it was Jimmy Carter. So we'll talk about that coming up in a second. I'll play the cut. But I had no idea how many people lost their lives. American men lost their lives cutting a path through the marsh and through the swamp, and just the mosquitoes. Unbelievable. How many people you think lost their lives?
200-300.
Yeah, at least. I
200-300?
bet it's over 1,000.
Think so.
38,000 Americans.
Oh my goodness, B.
38,000 Americans died from insect bites and yeah. So I'll let Trump tell you the rest about that coming up in a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. They're open today. Go check them out. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. Looking for gifts for a man that is so hard to buy for. Hey, they've got the M4 shotgun. Very hard to find that, but they've got them. Also, the gold-plated Tommy gun. How about the Trump Tommy gun? They've got that. What about the Trump Fight 1911? They've got that one. And the Trump Glock with the binos. They've got that. And they just got a huge selection of 6-hour stabilizing binos. And check them out. Give them a call, 575-622-0023. Zia Guns. I guarantee you they have a gift that most people in your life would love. Carl Higbie talking about the continuing resolution. Well, I guess it's what way you look at it. I saw Martin Heinrich saying that the Democrats got it done. They've got the continuing resolution done.
Oh.
Here's what Carl Higbie of Newsmax had to say right before the vote went down.
Was the next 4 years, and it was going to be us versus them. That is what we are seeing now. And by us, I mean like you and me, every other normal person that goes to work for 4, 5, maybe even 6 months of the year to contribute to this debacle we call government. It's us versus the people who are voting for another bill that I guarantee you none of those congressmen have read, and they won't read before they vote on it because it's happening now, hoping they get enough sheep to fall in line for it so they can all go home for Christmas and stick us with the tab. They still don't understand these new rules and how they work after the elections.
Well, they don't understand and have never understood in my lifetime that they work for us. That's what they don't understand. And Elizabeth Warren kept spewing all this misinformation. Here's what Elizabeth Warren had to say right before the vote.
This bill says is, let's get rid of funding for research on pediatric cancer. Let's get rid of funding for research on early detection of cervical cancer and breast cancer. Let's get rid of funding for research on children with Down syndrome and on sickle cell anemia. Let's get rid of those things so that we can make way for tax cuts for billionaires. That is Elon Musk's notion of efficiency. It is.
So, by the way, I I'm not saying that we shouldn't fund any of that stuff, but why was it piggybacked under the continuing resolution?
Because they
That's
pack everything full of
Yes.
pork so nobody can know what's in there.
Yep.
Right.
No doubt. And Blake, your representative, Melody Stansbury, here's what she had to say. Democrats saved the day. They saved the day, Blake.
It did not include the 11th hour ploy by Donald Trump and Elon Musk to try to force us to take up the debt ceiling so that they could give tax breaks to their wealthy buddies. So, all's well that ends well. Democracy wins, thank goodness, before the holidays.
By the way, there were no tax breaks for the rich.
Nope.
On that bill, there were no tax breaks for the wealthy. None.
Nope. It was all stealing more money from the common man's pocket.
That's it. There were no tax breaks. There were zero tax breaks, and this is the problem. All right, Donald Trump was at Turning Point over the weekend. I'm going to play a bunch of cuts from him in just a second. New Mexico housing nonprofit receives millions of dollars. Mackenzie Scott gave $25 million to New Mexico's Yield Giving Run. And so she gave money for the Health Foundation of Santa Fe, $10 million bucks, but $25 million given for housing. Some of that could be first-time housing, home buyers, green lending. It could be a bunch of different things, but she gave $25 million to New Mexico. How much money did she say she was going to give away? I think it was like $10 billion. It was a ridiculous amount of money. But New Mexico, because we're a poor state, got $25 million of that. The Navy, the woke Navy. On Friday, I talked about some policies that the Navy were trying to jam through before Donald Trump got there. Some DEI stuff, because DEI is done with. I'm just saying. Trump is done with DEI.
Sure.
And the U.S. military, maybe the Navy ought to worry about, war fighting.
Yeah,
think
that would be good. Yeah. That would be
very,
good.
very important. But the Navy reportedly, they shot down 2 pilots during an operation in the Middle East. By the way, they're our pilots over the Red Sea. Yeah. And they did fish them out. And they're okay. But, we shot down a Navy, U.S. military shot down a Navy jet.
Yeah, F-18s.
Yeah. Two people had to be, Tom, what's that called? Fished out of the, what's that called?
Ejected.
I mean, the what?
Rescued, or they ejected first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I was shot down.
Well, they were lucky they could. You know? I mean, they're lucky they weren't killed.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
They get fished out of the drink, I guess.
Yeah. Looks like Laura Trump withdraws her name from consideration
Really?
How
for
come?
U.S. Senate. She's decided that she didn't want any part of that.
Well, I
So-
think she didn't want to be a distraction.
More.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly, and I think maybe somebody whispered in her ear. And Donald Trump at Turning Point said that there are 2 genders, and we're going to end the woke BS. I can't play that cut because he actually said the BS. No edit. He actually said we're gonna end the woke BS on day 1.
Good.
So we'll hear from Donald Trump. I got a bunch of cuts from him. He also wrote out a Gold Star mother. Rachel Morin's mother was there. And she had something to say about Donald Trump. She, talked about, she didn't know anything about Donald Trump when she first met him. She knew that, he was the former president but other than that, she didn't know him. So we'll hear that coming up in a second. I got to get to the thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. The close to 40 years of experience in Southeast New Mexico delivering oil and gas products, gas, diesel, interstate batteries. They can deliver them today. Call 575-622-4160. You can also just go and the website, wakefieldoil.com. They deliver on and off-road. If you're on location and need fuel, hit them up today. Thought for the day being brought to you by Mr. Wendell Wakefield, in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield, and being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. Thought for the day is, remember this. He sees you when you're drinking. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. And, no, Merry Christmas. No happy holidays. I'm sorry. No. God bless you. But he can see you. Yes. You're on the naughty list.
Hanukkah
I did watch that
Hanukkah
movie.
does not start until the 26th this year.
Hanukkah?
Yeah, the 26th.
Well, just early.
There you go.
I'm just early. I did watch that movie that with The Rock that is on Amazon.
Red One.
Red One. Isn't that what you went to go see in a theater?
I saw it on the TV.
It was all right.
It was Star Wars meets Santa Claus, basically.
Star Wars meets Santa Claus.
I haven't seen it, but I'm going to doubt that.
We started to watch it Friday night, and I fell asleep like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. I fell asleep and came back and finished.
Yeah.
The next.
Those characters look like Star Wars characters. They were the bad guys.
Star Wars.
And Dwayne Johnson, them were the good guys.
I don't see that, but okay. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Atlas Make a Mirror, atlasmakeamirror.com. Rebecca will be at the office. She will be at the office even tomorrow. Yes, she will. 226 West Vega and Hobbs. So if you haven't got the gift for the woman in your life, or the mother-in-law, or maybe just somebody special, give her a call, 575-631-3189. Or like I said, she's going to be there tomorrow, 226 West Vega in Hobbs. Rebecca Long, call her, 575-631-3189. You can always go and order off the website at atlasmakeamirror.com. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. It is a makeup mirror like no other makeup mirror. That's why people like Reba McEntire and Linda Davis, they have them, Mandrell sisters. And, folks that actually do makeup for a living are buying the Atlas Makeup Mirror. And folks that do hair for a living, they love the Atlas Makeup Mirror. Go to the website, order today, atlasmakeamirror.com. They also have the wall mount version. And guys, it's more than just a makeup mirror. It's a grooming tool. Yeah, ×1, ×5, ×10 magnification. Lots of LED lights, atlasmakeamirror.com. Fog in the forecast this morning, sunny by this afternoon. Note this, 73 for the high today, overnight low tonight 37, and then tomorrow 61 and sunny. Christmas Day 63 and mostly sunny. Tom on the text.
We have several reports of fog. This one's coming in. It says there's heavy fog on the 18 south and north all the way to the Texas line, so be very careful, says this one text.
And it was still talking about the heavy fog, Eunice to Andrews to Odessa. Good morning. There's fog in Eunice, New Mexico. And Tom is breathing really hard into the mic this morning. It was definitely a vessel for a cryogas plant, referring to that vessel. And that was a big sigh, Tom. I'm learning your respiratory rate better than your doctor.
Oh, okay.
Don't you go to the doctor today?
I see my doctor today.
He was tired.
At 1:30, right?
See your doctor
Are you still
today?
going to let me go with you?
No. It's awkward. You're not my wife or girlfriend or nothing like that.
I'm not claiming to be.
Well, I don't
Well, it's not like you're gonna have
I'm
a
just
prostate
a concerned
exam.
friend.
No, you're a female. Stay out of my life.
Okay.
And Monica, don't take that personally because he says that to every female on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet you if I were tan encuerada, you'd let me go with you.
I bet
What
if
does that
you were
mean?
one of your cochinas.
I
Yeah,
bet if you
I
had,
bet you if I was a
you had a
cochina-
plate of food.
Or if I told you I'll take you to go eat afterwards.
Maybe
Well,
a
actually,
buffet.
no, you don't have to go eat. We're eating here today.
That's right. We're having our pink elephant party
Mhm.
today, huh?
Our pink
No,
elephant, you guys.
we are
insist
not having a pink elephant
on
party.
calling it pink elephant. Listen,
We aren't having a pink elephant party.
having pink. She's
No,
having pink
she's
elephant.
I said white elephant. You're the one that keeps changing it to pink.
Well, you know where that comes from, right? I mean,
No.
Oh, wait, here we
no,
go.
I know
Goes
where
back
white
to the
elephant
damn
comes
state
from.
of Iowa
an
or
elephant is
Idaho.
actually pink. It's not brown or black or gray. It comes from the hog family.
Can you read me some text, please?
You know,
I don't need.
Are you sure it's even from this planet?
Let's.
Because when they loaded them up in the ark, they turned pink.
Oh, please
Were
just
you
read
there?
the damn text
Yeah.
if you would.
But you don't need a stress ball. Your wife has 2 stress toys for you.
And we
That
read
was
that
an
one
hour
already.
ago.
And why would Elizabeth Warren be?
I mean, you're so much on time.
Why would Elizabeth Warren be complaining about Trump giving tax breaks to the billionaires when she's one of them? That's right.
Well, she is one of
That's a
them.
good point.
But the problem is, look, Democrats have not, and Republicans, because we didn't get in the situation we're in, $35 trillion without Republicans spending money either. So it's going to be a hard pill to swallow. It is going to be a hard pill to swallow, but it's something that needs to happen. And Democrats have never seen a dollar that they didn't want to spend.
Right. Smokey in Arizona says Tom don't want you to go with him to the doctor because he doesn't want you to tell the doctors what's really going on with him, and and having him take a bunch of meds. Says Smokey in Arizona.
All right. Well, you don't want her to go because she's a woman. Would you like me to go with you?
No.
Well, here's the deal. He doesn't want anybody to go with him that will hear what the doctor has to say.
You never know when he's going to give me bad news. I don't want to hear no bad news.
Tom doesn't need any more buffets. He needs a breathing treatment. Well, and honestly, I would just want to go just to like be there more for you and to hear and like have an understanding so that because you come in here, you remind me a lot of my pops. Like when you ask him, how are you feeling, Dad? Oh, fine. Meanwhile, he can't move his arms and he can't do this. And you're like, you're lying. Like, obviously something hurts, but where is it coming from? Like, your whole body hurts you some days. Like, I want to know why. Like, how can I help you as a friend, as a coworker, as somebody who cares about you? Pero tú todavía, you're female.
You should take someone with you.
No.
No, you should take someone with you.
My friend next door, he's my neighbor.
He's your best friend.
Now, he's a retired Marine.
Is that the one you brought to the movie?
Yeah, he's got inflammation problems too. So he says, look,
So
I
y'all
got
are both hurting together.
some stuff, and I put it on this.
Why
morning.
don't you take him to the doctor with you?
Yeah.
If he ever
Here's a
asked me, I
great
would.
idea.
Mira,
Why don't you take
Why
some
don't you
moringa?
ask him?
Why don't you take some moringa and drink some lemon water a couple times a day?
No, I'm just saying take someone with you so that they can hear exactly what the doctor says, because as people in general, we, like you just said, you don't want to hear the bad news. People don't in general want to hear bad news, so they may not actually fully understand what the doctor's saying. If it's good news, you'll be fine. But otherwise, you need somebody there to tell you, the doctor said to do this, Tom. When you say, what did he say?
So now I got mental issues.
No. Nobody is saying that.
Well, hell, you've been
I think
having
you
mental
think perfectly
issues.
fine.
I mean, it's
you
not
are-
like we didn't tell you you did have mental
I ain't
issues.
got mental issues.
No, you don't. You're healthy up there.
Yes, tell me.
I know you are. But do you have other ailments?
No,
Absolutely.
Monica, why are you lying to me like that? Like lying to me like that? All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Tom's mental issues coming up next. I promise. Taking out the trash all the way, things that happened on this date in history. Boob of the day still to come. And Donald Trump at Turning Point USA conference that happened over the weekend. News this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales, serving all of Southeast New Mexico and have been for 70-plus years. 575-822-1751. Look, both of their lots pack with inventory. Looking for fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralights. They've got all of those, new and pre-owned, and you can always go and take the virtual tour at MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales, MainTrailerSalesInc.com for more information. We're coming right back. Tom's cognitive ability. We'll deep dive into that coming up next, I promise. KWMW Algemora 105.1 FM.
MTD Radio News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Get the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the cleanout of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. Officers with the Carlsbad Police Department responded to a call of a bank robbery at the Western Commerce Bank last week, where an unarmed man reportedly demanded money from a teller with a note and fled the area with an undisclosed amount of money. Officers received a description of the suspect and were able to locate him a short time later. The suspect was identified as 38-year-old Michael George Valdez of Carlsbad. Valdez was arrested and charged with robbery, a third-degree felony. And Carlsbad Police Captain Jesse Rodriguez was appointed as the city's new police chief Thursday by Mayor Richard Lopez. He replaces outgoing chief Shane Skinner, who announced his retirement in November. Rodriguez has been with the Carlsbad Police Department since 2004, serving in various roles with the department, including patrol corporal, sergeant, detective, patrol lieutenant, and captain. City spokesperson Valerie Quezada said. Most recently as captain, Rodriguez served as a public information officer, assisting the news media in covering crime and police matters. The Hobbs Public Library will expand its hours after the first of the year. Beginning on January 2nd, the library will be open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. All current programs will continue at their regularly scheduled times, but the library will pause regular weekly programming during school closures. There will be no special programs offered between now and January 5th. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
The Western Heritage Museum and Lee County Cowboy Hall of Fame are lighting up the holidays. Fun starts November 16th with Indigenous Peoples Day Family Day from 10 to 1, and on November 18th, they open their amazing indoor ice skating rink to the public. Enjoy the Bonnie Moran North Pole Village starting December 2nd, and Holiday Family Days December 13th and 14th from 5 to 8, with Cowboy Kids Club members enjoying 2 special hours Saturday. Join the Western Heritage Museum and Lee County Cowboy Hall of Fame in all their holiday festivities at One Thunderbird Circle.
Lacked Service Company of Hobbs is hiring field technicians as well as CDL drivers with hazmat endorsements. Lacked offers company paid insurance, PTO, vacation, and safety days to qualified employees. Stop by 3521 Industrial Drive in Hobbs today to submit an application, or for more information, contact Michael at 575-370-4604. That's 575-370-4604. Lacked Service Company, serving the oil and gas industry since 1969.
In need of environmental services? Having trouble getting your state lease reclamation approved? JBW Solutions is a veteran-owned company that is dedicated to proudly serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas with quality environmental services. JBW Solutions specializes in state lease reclamations and compliance reporting and approval, including project management, environmental tech support, soil sampling, and more. Contact them at 860-460-4398 and like them on Facebook.
Eat, shop, stay, and play in Hobbs during the 65th Annual Hobbs Holiday Basketball Tournament. Thursday, December 26th through Saturday, the 28th. Help welcome teams from all over New Mexico and Texas to the Ralph Tasker Arena at Hobbs High. Purchase advance tickets online at hobbsschools.net/athletics/tickets. The Hobbs Holiday Tournament is sponsored by the Hobbs Chamber of Commerce and Hobbs Municipal Schools and paid for by Hobbs Lodgers Tax.
Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. John 3:16 reminds us that God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life, and he will bring us through. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the family of excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking.
Awesome Graphics in Hobbs is on the hunt for a friendly, outgoing in-store sales associate to work the front counter and help customers with orders, as well as assist in other duties, such as restocking shelves, organizing and displaying merchandise, etc. Outstanding customer service and basic computer skills are a must. Awesome Graphics offers a fantastic work environment and even better benefits, including paid holidays and paid time off, as well as 50% paid medical insurance after 90 days and 3% IRA contribution. Again, Awesome Graphics is looking for an in-store sales associate to join our awesome family. If interested, please bring your resume and job history and apply in person today at 523 West Sanger in Hobbs. No phone calls, please. Awesome Graphics is an equal opportunity employer.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us. Short on wind, long on opinion.
And I'm going to mispronounce. I'm not going to try.
B and the Breakfast Club.
Tonight on ESPN, top analysts break down the starting lineup for Santa's Christmas run.
I don't see how you put Comet ahead of Cupid. Cupid's much better in the fall.
And Frank the Elf joins us from the North Pole to look at the stats that shaped Santa's decision.
Comet is fast, yes, I give you that. But Cupid has a much higher VORR. That's value over replacement reindeer.
Plus, Stephen A. Smith will rant nonsensically about something.
This dude is the epitome of a disgrace.
ESPN's coverage of Santa's Christmas run, tonight at 9 on ESPN.
Don't miss it. It's going to be fun. 17 after the hour, 7, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Tom, I was perfect on my picks this weekend. I wish I'd have put some money on it.
So was I.
No, because you said Tennessee was going to beat Ohio State.
This is why you should take someone to the doctor with you.
That wasn't even close. You also said that SMU would win.
Yeah, I missed out on that one.
And
I think somebody paid that quarterback because he threw 3 interceptions right to their defenders too.
So what you're saying is 2 out of 4 ain't bad. That's pretty good. Is that what you're saying?
50%, yes, right.
So that's the goal, 50%. The benchmark is way down.
Well, he is a Colorado fan.
He is.
They will play in San Antonio on the 29th.
The Alamo Bowl.
Yeah.
Another crappy bowl game.
That's a nice stadium. You've been there. Remember the band contest 2 years ago? That's a nice place to play.
A few years ago. We're talking about 22 plus years ago. A few years ago. Mm-hmm. And the Alamo Dome is a dump. The Spurs don't even play in the Alamo Dome anymore.
Well, because it's not a basketball arena; it's a football arena.
To be fair, it's on par with the bowl in Shreveport or Bossier or whichever one of those.
Yeah, it's not. Jim. But you know what they all say? Thank God it's not the New Mexico Bowl.
Right.
That's
right.
Looks like new. Do they even have a sponsor anymore?
I don't know. I don't think so.
The New Mexico Bowl? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they do either. So we're like, we'll just put the tourism department as the sponsor.
Right.
The New Mexico Bowl. Looks like a new government survey finds that 78% of people in Japan feel anxious. In fact, these people feel so anxious that they actually feel like American Gen Zers. That's how anxious they are. So Japanese people need to relax, get down on some more sushi, and raw fish is probably good for you, even though I am not partaking.
You don't like sushi?
You don't like sushi?
Really?
Oh, no.
I mean, neither.
I make hella sushi.
Do you?
Oh hell, no. I'm not eating
I've
anything
never
that's not
made
cooked.
like my own sushi at
It's
home,
easy.
but I enjoy sushi.
No,
It's
I'm
way,
not. Oh.
The key to good sushi
Mm-hmm.
is the sauce.
Like that you dip it in?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Ugh.
There's
Oh, no,
something
I'm
other
not.
than soy?
Cook me a fish or something.
Mm-mm. Hey.
I bet you if you were to have one of my favorite sushi rolls, you'd like it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Ain't eating it. I like everything cooked. Nope.
Well,
Nothing raw for me.
You can get cooked ingredients in sushi, depending on where you are.
Now, I will eat raw oysters, but that's about it.
Sushi is not nasty. I'm
yeah.
responding to a texter.
No.
Yeah, new survey revealed that Paradox is begun, Tom. It has.
What's that be out of area?
Paradox has begun. We're going to start having everything at our fingertips.
Oh, okay.
Except in your life, no, not that channel, Tom. Sorry.
Where's the paradox in that, though?
So I don't know. That's what the show prep says.
Yeah, I've
that
heard of it.
you're able to have everything at your fingertips.
But that's not a paradox.
And you're going to be able to have like everything where you can flip a finger to the TV and it will change the channel for you, or switch to Netflix or whatever. I can't wait for those.
Somebody that was
the remote.
Somebody that was typing that up didn't know what they were talking about, because a paradox is like if you went back in time and killed your grandfather so you wouldn't exist. That's a paradox.
Yeah, well, we can't have that. So, I like my grandfather anyway.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that a paradox is something where you do something that so it changes the outcome.
Sure.
And so that I don't understand what they're trying to say.
Kind of like a quantum leap, that type of thing.
Not exactly, I don't think.
It's a neighborhood.
Alpha Anderson, lead
butterfly
vocalist
effect.
for Chic. Remember Chic?
I want to
They
say
had
I've
the
heard of
song.
them.
They had the
Freak
song
Out.
"Good Times" and La
Yes.
Freak
Yes.
has passed away. She was 78 years old. And rumor is that Amazon's co-founder, Jeff Bezos, married his fiancee, Laura Sanchez. I hope he's got a prenup. And that the wedding cost them $600 million.
What?
Yeah, it was held in Aspen. 600.
Well, if it was held in Aspen for $600 million, they just got like a very small venue with only 100 people.
So, and you know what? I don't want people telling me what to do with my money. So I don't want to tell Jeff Bezos, but isn't this guy also about clean energy and about all kind of other stuff? How many kids could we educate to be engineers
Right.
with 600 million?
You're right.
Of course,
Can't you just have like a simple wedding? Hey,
You're right.
600.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I mean-
In Aspen, if you had a simple wedding, it'd be 500 million.
Well, maybe. Looks like Major League Baseball all-time stolen base leader Ricky Henderson passed over the weekend.
He did.
He was 65.
And he was
years.
a really, really good guy.
Oh, he was a
Now
great.
I've told you my story about in the Arlington Mall with Jose Canseco being such a jerk.
Oh,
to the kid with he had like polio crutches.
Really?
And Ricky Henderson was there because the A's were in town, and just went to the rescue and just did all kinds of things for that kid just because he could.
Aww.
Yeah, just baseball. He went to a shop and bought something for him and signed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
What
Canseco's a jerk.
Yeah. And maybe it was cocaine and steroids mixed. I mean, well, I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but
When you have a kid
did he date Madonna?
Probably.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
There's
Yeah.
some similar personality traits.
Yep. Former CEO of First State Bank in Abernathy, sentenced for embezzlement. The bank CFO embezzled more than $800,000 from the small town bank, sentenced on Thursday to nearly 3 years in federal prison.
Just 3? Wow.
Vicky Lee Grisham, 52 years old, was the former CEO of the bank, and $800,000. Now, she was also ordered to pay $800,000 in restitution to the bank's insurer and serve up to 5 years supervised release once she gets out. But you know the problem with restitution?
It never gets paid.
If you do not have the money, what happens?
Sorry.
Do they go to jail? I mean, I don't know.
No. So the bank discovered that she was using credit cards for personal items, vacations, restaurant meals, clothing, college tuition for her kids, and even to pay her personal income tax.
Wow.
Golly.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, she had it going on while it lasted.
But yet you get a regular bank robbery, he gets 25 years.
Yeah, and so she gets off at 3 with the hope that she'll pay the money back to the insurance company. Kid Rock and Lee Greenwood ruffling some feathers. They want the entire month for veterans. Instead of Pride Month, they want Veterans Month.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
I think that's a great idea.
I do too.
And one Albuquerque police saying that one person was found shot at a home on Cooper Avenue. Authorities arrested two. Let me start over. Looks like they detained a male teenager. Police say that was a family member. And so we'll find out more on that as more information comes out about that teenager. As I print these stories, there's always a line in here which is a tease for another story.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I didn't see it and delete that 2 women in Los Angeles were arrested. Guess who's a Christian now?
Denzel Washington.
Snoopy Dog.
Denzel Washington. Isn't that something?
I think he's actually.
Denzel becomes a minister. As the Hollywood actor admits, you can't talk about religion in the industry.
He is 100% correct. I think he's actually always been a Christian, but never
Right,
been.
maybe.
Yeah, as he hasn't been able to be as vocal about it as he wants to be
So
now.
he was baptized. He was baptized on Sunday. Can you imagine Denzel? You remember him from Training Day and all those movies.
Nasty language. He,
like you off the air.
About passionate, a passionate, sermon, Tom.
Nice. Snoopy Dog's a Christian too.
I have no idea who Snoopy is.
Have you ever cussed?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay, nasty language. Governor Hochul, Kathy Hochul from New York, is being slammed on social media. Where did you see her, Blake? She came out and said that their subways are safe.
She did. Yeah. And
on the same day, a woman was burned alive on the train.
Yep. And, that woman was sleeping, by the way, when that Guatemalan lit her on fire.
My goodness.
So was she a homeless woman?
No. She was tired. She had been working all day and fell asleep on the train because the rocky motion can sometimes put people to sleep.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so he just got up, apparently was sitting across from her, got up, lit her on fire.
Oh my gosh. Let me see.
People.
Yeah.
By the way, maybe he will get the death sentence.
I can only hope.
I would hope. And a accused New Mexico serial murderer. This guy's got many victims. The man facing the death penalty for being accused of a series of violent crimes committed against indigenous men over the course of several years is now facing new charges. 17 new charges. He is accused of kidnapping and killing several indigenous men, including homeless individuals, people that are fallen victim of addiction, all happening between 2022 and 2024. Labar Tasowski was arrested, and in July, he was indicted on 11 charges. Now they have 17 additional charges against this guy. They're calling him a serial murderer. And a judge orders a Santa Fe to restore the plaza. 4 years ago, angry mob toppled the monument.
Right.
The judge has since said it has to be put back. The soldiers' monument has to be put back the way it was taken down, before it was taken down.
Good.
By the way, the mayor is not too happy about it. But
well, he's a far lefty.
Yeah.
That's what's his name, Weber?
Yeah. So I'm Mayor Alan Weber.
Yeah. He hates America and everything that America stands for, and so he wants to do anything he can to undermine that. And
Amen.
so he hates the fact that this state was anything, he hates that it's part of America. He wishes it wasn't. He wants it to be part of Mexico.
So put it back the way it came from. Yep. You guys took it down. You encouraged this activity. Yeah, put it back the way it was. All right, we'll hear from Donald Trump coming up. Good news, though. Team of New Mexican students made the name for themselves in the world of robotics and finished second in the regional tournament in Dallas. So congratulations going out the kids from New Mexico. They competed with other kids from New Mexico and Texas, but the Rio Rancho team did really, really well. There were like 73 teams that were competing in that competition. All right, we're going to hear about law enforcement finding a gun shop victim and arrested the murderer in Los Lunas. Also, New Mexico Army National Guard comes to the rescue of two people that were lost up in the mountains. We'll talk about that. And Raul Torres, the Attorney General, is released a statement over the Western New Mexico University president's buyout. This guy's making a lot of money. We'll tell you what Raul Torres had to say about. By the way, that's our money that we're paying him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our tax dollars. That's ours. All right, we're going to get to the Take It Out trash coming up in just a second. Donald Trump from Turning Point USA up next. Text line is open, 877-396-W105.
Hi, this texter saying every morning there are comments about Tom Hayes breathing, yet he does nothing to fix it. He must be a Democrat, says the text. Lyndon Carlsbad said, I would not ride the subway in New York City without a squad of Marines. Yeah, you're right about that, girl.
What good would it be for the guy to get a death sentence? Biden just commuted the death sentence for 37 murdering rapists. There's your piece of crap Democrat Party on steroids, says Travis from Roswell.
And another texter says, pobrecito Tom, there are comments.
Pobrecito.
There are comments about Tom's breathing, yet he does nothing to fix it either, says this one texter.
Pobrecito Tom, está tonto, said Eddie D.
Tom, do you see that muff over there that's made of foam?
I see it. We're supposed to install it.
Why don't you install it?
Well, because I don't want to mess with this thing. Because I'll break it and then,
mess with it.
And
it's
Joseph.
like putting a condom on the microphone.
Well, this condom don't stretch.
Joseph. Joseph, that's a question for you.
It doesn't need to.
National Military Appreciation Month, also known as Military Appreciation Month, is a month-long observance in the United States dedicated to people who are currently serving in and veterans of the United States military. Each year, the observance runs from May 1st to May 31st.
Thank you, veterans.
And Smokey in Arizona, I guess, probably sent a picture. They're talking about sushi. Okay, I love both.
By the way, let's go back to that previous text. Well, we darn sure don't talk about it a whole bunch, right?
No.
But Pride Month, man, that's everywhere. Sure enough. Go ahead, Monica.
Maybe we should change Pride Month to Proud to be in the Military Month. Right?
Yeah, proud to be.
How about proud to be American Taxpayer Month?
Yeah, okay, that'll work.
And good morning, gang. Monica, if you take Tommy to the doctor, you should wear a gas mask because, oops, it didn't go to that. It went to the website that it almost tagged. You will, Tom will gas you out and it doesn't smell like a buffet or Rose's whale trucker Gary. He doesn't want me to go with them, so I ain't going.
Because he didn't want us to know the truth. That's why.
No, I've been going to my doctor by myself.
Take someone with
time.
you. That's
doesn't
part of the
want
problem.
The person
Take
with
an
him.
adult with you.
Look, everyone who goes to the doctor should take someone with them. It's not just you.
Well, look, in Tom's defense, I can't tell you how many times we go to the doctor, I go to the doctor and the wife comes with me. And when we get home, she says, don't forget the doctor said
right.
whatever.
Well, I remember I went to B when he was having this problem with his neck and his back. And I would
went with him.
Yeah,
that's my point.
You never went in the back with me.
But then he rubbed off on me, see? All that
No,
stuff happened to me.
Kevin, you rubbed off on him?
You drove me to the doctor after I had surgery on my hand for them to take my cast off, I think.
And also
had nothing to do about my back or my neck.
Your
It was my.
I was there for your gallbladder.
You were there for my gallbladder. You were in the operating room,
I was there waiting on you.
but were you in the
that
operating room?
So, no, you didn't let me in.
Well, you can't take someone with you to the operating room. That's not the same thing as a doctor's appointment. But every
let
adult
Monica
needs
go with you.
Someone should go with you, whether
So-
it's your friend from next door to you or someone else that is your friend or
It's not like they get a
sibling or
prostate
kid
exam.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what's
Take
this
someone with
doctor
you.
you went to, Tom?
It's my regular doctor.
Okay, so that can't be that much. It's not like it's, a male doctor, a urologist or something.
Not like you're going to be unclothed.
No.
But he does check my back and my chest.
I don't
With
think
your
he-
shirt on.
Yeah.
Back,
So
your
you're
chest.
clothed.
I don't think he wants me to know A, what is really wrong with him.
He doesn't want anyone to know.
B, how much he truly weighs. And C,
Monica, I think I'm just telling you this way. They're going to check his back and his chest. It's for your benefit. That what you
He's
get.
going to remain clothed.
We got a phone call, B.
His chi-chis.
they're going to be like, okay, ma'am, what's your
He wants-
relation to him? Can you please buy him a bra?
Yeah. Sorry,
You
Tom.
want to see him?
Don't want to see
All right,
him.
let's
No, and no.
Let's go to the phone lines.
Where you calling from?
Hey, I'm going to bail Tom out on this one because that's getting pretty raunchy, it sounds like. This is Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, good morning.
Hey, I used to think I was a pretty good salesman, and sometimes I still think I am. But I didn't do too good on my deal for the VFW. And I don't know if y'all know or if you've heard, but the thieves came back and took another unit.
Another one?
Have y'all heard about this?
Oh, my Lord.
Oh.
The one remaining?
They took the one so they're basically without cooling. They can still keep the building warm for right now. But I didn't. And one thing I dropped the ball on was, and I got to thank Will for doing this. Will set that GoFundMe account up to where it is super easy to get on there. All you got to do, listeners. And I know there's a lot of them, and I know this ain't the best time of year, but maybe after the holidays are over, you'll consider doing this. All you got to do is call the station, y'all's number,
text,
or text. I'm sorry, text VFW, and it'll pop up and go directly to that GoFundMe account.
Right.
If you want to donate, and I can speak. I donated $200. That ain't a lot, but that's better than a poke in the eye. And I just hope that people can find it, and especially maybe some of you the people that have the deep pockets can find it in their heart to donate to these guys, because, you know, I was listening to y'all's comments there about the month-long deal in May. And anyway, these guys don't deserve what they've got. And Bowman is working his tail off to try to make
no doubt. No doubt.
A place for the,
you know,
for the
and
whole
it's just
community.
super sad that, you know, insult after insult after insult from these dirty son of a bucks.
Scum.
I mean, just
So anyway,
scumbags.
I just wanted to throw that in again, that I kind of feel like a failure, even though not a whole lot, but just because it was
So
just no
for
response.
those that don't know, Hobbs VFW got hit. They took 3 air conditioning units.
4.
No, 4.
And then they came back and took 1 more. So a total of 4.
No, 5 total. They took 4 the first time.
5. Holy crap.
Yeah, they took them all.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
So
that's
anyway,
the hardest that these scumbags have worked in their entire life.
The Grinch ain't got nothing on these guys. But anyway, y'all have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and
Hey, I appreciate
enjoy
it.
listening to your show, and y'all have a good one.
Merry Christmas, Mad Dog.
Thank you, Mad Dog. And you know what they're going to get out of this? Not a whole bunch. I mean, if they're doing it for the copper, how much you going to get?
Or the Freon.
I mean, Freon.
Yeah,
Tom, how you gonna get
he's
the
right.
Freon? Once they cut the copper out, the Freon is a gas.
Yeah, but
it evaporates.
But they could extract the Freon from it first.
I don't think they're that smart. I don't think they're that
Those
smart.
are heavy units, aren't they? I mean, they had to have a trailer or something to put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just sad. Very sad. These people, you break my heart. You really do.
Yeah.
All right, 642. Donald Trump was at Turning Point and introduced Rachel Morin's mom and the Gold Star mother. Here's what she had to say about Donald Trump.
Because I knew he wasn't a politician, but I knew that he had been president before, and I wanted to see if he was a real, authentic man who actually cared for the American people. And so I watched him. I watched how he interacted. I also watched how much his staff really respected him and how much his staff loved working for him. But the thing that changed the way that I looked at him as a person was I realized that he was a dad, that he was a grandfather, and when you spoke to him, you could see in his eyes that he genuinely cared about his fellow human being. But the thing...
Tom, do you remember the story about Rachel Morin, right?
Sort of, maybe a little bit.
Is that a no?
I think it's a no.
Yeah. So I don't remember her being.
She was
honestly.
killed.
Her dog was
Oh,
killed
now I know. Yes, now.
Yeah. at the hands of a person that was just coming over here for a better life, right, Tom? Right? Yeah. Donald Trump also talked about we're going to bring greatness back to America.
National greatness. It's going to be national greatness. Will be something very, very special. And you could use a little of that because you haven't seen any of it in 4 years. What's happened to our country is so sad. We're going to cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices, raise your wages, and bring thousands of factories roaring back to America and right back here to Arizona. Because
the whole thing was going on, Turning Point going on this weekend in Phoenix, Arizona. And Donald Trump talked about the Panama Canal. So I'm going to let him tell the story. Then we'll chat about the Panama Canal that was given up by Jimmy Carter. So back to Panama. I don't know why we did this. And now it has fallen in the hands of the Communist Party from China.
they gave it away. Considered one of the one of the great wonders of the world. The Panama Canal opened for business 110 years ago and was built at huge cost to the United States. And it really is big when you consider the lives and the treasure, the equivalent of $1.2 trillion today. You don't hear those numbers. 38,000 American men, almost all men, they went there to be construction workers and dig. They were diggers. And they were brave. 38,000 men died from infected mosquitoes in the jungles of Panama during the construction period. Think of that. We lost 38,000 men. Teddy Roosevelt was president of the United States at the time of its building and understood the strength of naval power and trade. When President Jimmy Carter foolishly gave it away for $1.
So now, and the understanding was that America would never be charged. Now, we use the Panama Canal more so than any other country. And it could take, it save us like a week getting goods to America or getting goods out of America when we ship stuff out of America. But the agreement was that since we built it and spent trillions of dollars on it, that we wouldn't pay.
Right.
Guess what's happening now? The Chinese are running the Panama Canal. And you know what they're doing? They're even charging our military.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump's like, we're going to take it back.
Well, the Chinese bought all the land on both ports going both sides.
So the Panama president has come out and said, you're not going to take it back. We are a sovereign country. It is ours. You guys would still be picking bananas if it wouldn't be for America. We'll see what happens. Donald Trump talked about day one. What's going to happen on day one?
One, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy. And I will sign executive orders to end child sexual mutilation, get transgender out of the military and out of our elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. And we will keep men out of women's sports.
I think the Democrats will lose their mind on day one.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, what's that day?
21st, I believe it.
21st. I think he might even do it on the 20th, Tom.
They're not looking forward to it, I'll tell you that much.
They are going to lose their mind. No doubt. All right, we got taking out trash coming up in a second. Things that happened on this date in history. We are Beyond the Breakfast Club. Morning show being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. 1105 East 2nd and Roswell, looking for last-minute gifts. They've got lots of gifts for men, women, and children. Workwear. They've got looking good Western wear. Your certified Purina dealer. They also have trailers and tanks and tack and fencing material. Look in the annex building. There's stuff in there that you will not find anywhere else. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. Homegrown and proud of it. And don't forget, call them at 575-622-9164. Also in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Tom on the text, 749, we're W105.
All right, this text is saying pretty much all air conditioning units now are built with built in the last 10 years are aluminum built, says the
That's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure those are I'm pretty sure those are older than 10 years.
Yeah, and there's very little copper in those units at all, says the texter. Huh.
Okay. And Uncle Mike says, is it okay to ask if the VFW has insurance? Or do they have security cameras in place? There are some inexpensive cameras on the market. You know, in light of those donations, somebody could actually donate those types of things to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. You would think that they would.
Well, this texter's asking, can you write off those donations to the DFW on your taxes?
They're a
Yes.
501. They're a 501c3.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And man, Monica hated it. Man, I don't know who's worse, Mad Dog or Frank. Put them on all the time. You should put them on a time limit, says Monica hated this morning.
And for 5 or 6 years now, this show has been beating a dead horse talking about Tom's health. I don't give a damn about Tom or his health. And Tom doesn't either, says Jeff from the patch. Ooh,
No
burn.
doubt.
And that's why I ain't taking nobody with me either. So I like the
Jeff,
bananas.
As long as Tom is part of this show, I think that his health will be part of the show. Sorry, it's a dead horse to you, but it's a topic to us.
And Linda Carlsbad say that at least 10% of living Americans have worn their uniforms out of. They say that less than 10% of living Americans have worn the uniform of this country. We are a minority, and I demand protected status from the liberals. says
Amen.
Linda.
Yes.
Amen.
That's right.
I think you deserve protected status, and I think you should get everything that we can give you guys. I think you should be very, very special.
And how about a proud to not be Pride Month? Hey, that's every day, honestly.
And
Nick. Oh, go ahead.
Stephen Archuleta is chiming in. Wouldn't it be nice for Donald Trump to bring back Levi Strauss, the Candy Factory, the Christmas by Cribs, TMC has TMC Bus, the bakery? Those are really big manufacturers out of Roswell that we at one point would be amazing to have those back.
Let me do
Can
that.
you?
Wouldn't it be so amazing for Donald Trump to bring back Levi Strauss, the Candy Factory, Christmas by Cribs, TMC Bus, the bakery? Those were really big manufacturers, all out of Roswell, that we lost at one point. That would be amazing to have any of those back in the area. Maybe Tom A. can talk to his buddy, Tom Jennings.
Well, they do have a
LOL.
bus system again over there in Roswell.
So you guys have to understand.
This was a bus manufacturing plant, Tom.
I know. Well, that one year I was there, they closed it down.
That 1 year.
That one time.
2008 when I went over there.
What year were you there that they closed it down?
2008. My first year in Roswell.
Tom doesn't want me to go to the doctor with him because he doesn't want me to find out that he's transitioning, says Eddie B.
Trucker Gary says, Monica can drive me to the doctor anytime.
Hey, Trucker Gary, I don't think my boyfriend will like that. And Monica, this is the other sushi I was talking about. I am not even going to click on that picture, Smokey. I ain't doing it. My Nick, my back. Tom is a
By
pain
the
in
way,
my butt crack.
Tom, I hate to bust you again. I hate to bust you again.
What happened?
It says in Roswell, the Nova plant, the bus plant, closed in 2003.
No, I don't think so. I was there. I went to see you in Roswell.
Kevin.
I was traveling with the Big Spring, the Howard team for a basketball game there in Nimi, and that's where I met
this
you.
is why you need to take someone with you to the doctor.
And then that's when I saw
Okay,
those buses there.
let me Roswell bus plant to close, 330 out of work. Nova Bus Factory to close by the end of the year. By the way, this story, January 7, 2002, but 330 people will be out of work, according to the company president.
I was there. I remember those big old buses that they used to have.
Well, yeah, I was there. Those big old buses were picking people up, and yeah, they were dropping people off and picking people up. But the bus plant closed in 2003. Tom, sorry. God bless you.
Well, I remember doing that.
Well, you can always look it up yourself before you come up with a story. Do a little fact checking for yourself before you fact check.
I did fact it in my mind.
Yeah. Evidently, your facts don't check. So it's a check that you can't cash. Looks like law enforcement find gunshot victims and arrest the murder suspect in Los Lunas. Newly released body cam footage shows the moment deputies found the man with multiple gunshot wounds. His last words helped lead deputies to the man, to another victim first, and then to the alleged killer. Sheriff's office responded to the call of gunshot wounds. That was Wednesday. They found the 61-year-old man that had been shot and was pleading for help. He bleeded out, and they started rendering aid, asked him who was responsible, and he said that, told them that a woman named Amy shot him and his friend at a house down the street. Said, my friend is George, was at the house. I think he's dead. So they were able to arrest Amy Pendleton. She's 41 years old, and she's been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Wow. And the New Mexico Army National Guard saves 2 people at the Wheeler Peak. So 2 women were rescued after hiking the highest mountain on Friday. According to the National Guard, the 2 women in their 20s were stranded while hiking the Wheeler Peak in northern New Mexico with no cold weather gear.
What?
No cold weather gear.
That's crazy.
But they were dispatched via helicopter near the peak about 1 a.m., and the women were rescued. I think they should have to pay for the rescue.
Yes.
I think, because those helicopters don't run on pixie dust.
No, they don't. And so, like, whenever I did the Trans Am and some other things, any long distance bike thing, they require you to have either a Garmin GPS thing or a Spot with an emergency button.
Yeah.
And that costs you a minimum of $4,500 if you have to push that button, and they have to come get you.
Oh, wow.
So,
How much
I think they should have to pay.
Yeah, that's dead. I think they should have to pay. How much have prices risen under Joe Biden? We'll get an update on that. And Raul Torres, who is the New Mexico Attorney General. Look, I could say a lot of bad things about Raul Torres, but when it comes to kids and our tax dollars, for the most part, he's spot on. So on Friday, the Western New Mexico University president, Joseph Shepard, announced in a Board of Regents meeting he would be stepping down. Western New Mexico
spending lots of cash.
Been under scrutiny for their spending. And the move comes as the school faces controversy about spending over $200,000 on travel and lodging from 2018 to 2023. In the state audit came down, they've spent like $145,000 on credit card spending, including funds to furnish the president's home. $145,000 to furnish his home.
Wow.
By the way, Torres released a statement Saturday saying, in part, the $1.9 million settlement is very concerning in light of the state audit. He also said the state of New Mexico Department of Justice will conduct a separate inquiry and examine the Board of Regents the way they acted. So this guy stole money from the state.
Yep.
And then we're going to give him an exit package that is like a $1.9 million exit package.
But wait, there's Murr.
There's Murr.
Yeah. He's also staying with Western New Mexico and is going to get $200,000 a year for 5 years as a tenured faculty member.
Oh, wow.
Our tax dollars. That might not be a big deal to some people, but if you pay taxes in the state of New Mexico, this fool is making out like a banshee. Unbelievable. All right, how much did prices rise under Joe Biden? We're going to get to that. I got to do taking out trash Being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-890-4549, or call Kayleen, 575-408-1719. If you're driving, trash-eaters.com. They do residential trash pickup. They would love to chat with you about your commercial dumpsters, or if you need roll-off containers. Do you need roll-off containers? Talk to them. Kayleen's number, 575-408-1719. Always find them at trash-eaters.com. TSA officers stunned by the extremely concerning discovery and a woman's carry-on at LAX. This woman was traveling from LAX to Philadelphia, wound up on the naughty list for TSA. She had 90 forbidden items in her carry-on. Yes, you heard me right. 90. When they scanned her bag, the X-ray picked up most of them.
Were they moving?
Officers opened the bag in front of the passenger and was shocked to see 82 fireworks, 3 knives, and 2 replica firearms, and a canister of pepper spray in one carry-on bag. Although TSA officers are used to seeing some bizarre items from time to time, the sheer number of prohibited items discovered in a single carry-on bag was kind of concerning.
Wow.
Fireworks and other explosives should never be put on a plane. Firearms, knives in your check bag? And then you're going to worry about the 4-ounce container that I have?
Yeah.
Wow. You're going to grope me to make sure everything is okay? I'm a little concerned. By the way, she was detained. Hell, she should be arrested.
Yeah.
Explosives on the plane? Since when is that a good idea? Lady, I got to put you in the trash. Take it out the trash. Being brought to you by our buddies at Trash Eaters. All right, we're going to get, I got a lot of stuff to get to. Let's check the weather quickly. Being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the Home Store in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, so much more. Looking for last-minute Christmas shopping items? They've got stuff in there. I mean, $99 boot section. What about new furniture, appliances, electronics? They offer 0 down financing. Go to the website right now and check them out, rigoutfitters.com. They're in the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs, right next to Scrub Outfitters. Scrub Outfitters has the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Big name brands, Healing Hands, Dickies, Met Coutures, Peaches, and others. They have a huge selection of compression socks and comfortable shoes, plus all the equipment you need to go to work in the medical field. They're on Facebook, or check them out in the Broadmoor Mall. It's Scrub Outfitters right next to Rig Outfitters. Weather for the day, there's some fog in the forecast. 73 for the high. Yeah, 73 in December. Days away from Christmas. 37 tonight, 61 tomorrow in sunny skies. Christmas Day, we're going to be about 63 in sunny skies. Sorry, you're not going to get that snow this year. I know. I had to break it to you. That's the way it is. Quickly to the text, 804 KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM. Things that happen on this date in history up next.
You know, Tom was right on those buses, says the text. I knew I saw them. I knew I did. And Smoking Arizona says, Monica, there is no nudity.
I'm just telling you what the story says. Well, Nova Bus closed in 2003.
Monica, there are no nudities in the pictures. Laugh my A off.
Oh.
Says Smoking Arizona.
I saw Glover's plant when it was new. Now just a sad sight. Send a texture.
Well, we have lost so many manufacturing plants in America. I lived in the Midwest in the early 2000s. They were closing left and right.
And the people and the union brought the plant TMC down to too many lazy people, says the texter. Let me read it again. The people in the union brought the plant TMC. Well, if you shut up for a minute, brought the plant TMC down to so many lazy people.
So Tom doesn't know how to the people in the union brought the TMC plant down. There's too many lazy people. So you have to know when the texters want to pause and start a new sentence.
There's
you
no
just
comma.
read it.
There's no comma.
I know.
But you have to feel it, Tom.
Yes,
when you read it, you
reading
have to
comprehension.
I read it 3 or
Yes.
4 times before I read it, pre-read it.
You read it before you read it.
I pre-read it and then I read it.
And then you read it.
You guys, Tom needs periods, exclamation points, commas,
Oh,
capitalization.
he has that first thing.
What's the last period?
Did you read the former? Did you read the former city manager one?
No, just stay away
No,
from
he's
that
not
one.
going to read that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sounds like how our former city manager from Lovington took all that money before quitting and now working at the hospital. Like, dang, if it was a Mexican doing that type of stuff, they would have thrown him in jail, put him on the front page and all that. But nah, they just let him quit without charging him. Terrible.
Man, I tell you what, I was kind of disappointed with Landman. I was.
Yeah,
They're
me
gonna
too.
kill off every Mexican's going to jail.
Yeah.
What the heck's up with that? So I don't want to say too much.
Another one says, Tom Stupidity just has me rolling. Just laugh, out. Says the
Some of
texter.
it's legit, some of it's part of the show.
No, that's all legit.
No. It's all
legit.
It's all legit. It's all legit. That's the number one asked question everywhere.
Yep.
Is he for real?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Tom is always Tom.
Yeah.
He's for real.
I chose for nobody.
You know, I was listening to your show the other morning, and I wanted to laugh so hard because I was like, some of the stuff you say, like, you are legit a smartass. You are.
I am not.
And I'm like, I wonder if everybody catches it like I am, or
Well,
maybe
that would
it's
be
because
big smartass if that's a smartass. That would be like a El Grande.
like he mentioned something about like
He's
taking a nap.
He's been in a mood for.
Yeah, like he's on a roll. He was like you mentioned something about taking a nap and then watching the Dallas Cowboys game, and you're like, yeah, I'd rather take a nap. Something like that.
El Grande.
It was hilarious. And Tom just needs to learn how to read better than a third grader. You would never make it on
Third
the game
grader?
show. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Says Trucker
He's
Gary.
talking about third grader.
Are you
he's at
smarter
least a
than a
second
fifth grader?
Please. All right, let's get to things that happened on this date in history. We'll get you updated with news. When we come back, we'll hear from Mayorkas about the kids that are missing. That's not his responsibility.
Right.
We'll talk about that. And John Fetterman. Some surprising remarks from John Fetterman. We'll get to that also. Things that happened on this date in history, 808, being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range, 236 East Navajo and Hobbs. Veteran-owned and operated, the largest firearms dealer around, state-of-the-art indoor firing range with the Milo FBI training simulator, over 1,000 different scenarios. Monthly membership is available. Hourly rates also available. Looking for something for somebody it's hard to buy for? Hey, guns for most guys. A gun would, that's super cool. Or how about a annual subscription to the firing range, or buy them a couple hours, whatever you can afford. By the way, financing is available on firearms. They also offer firearm training, one-on-one training, and group setting. 2atacticalrange.com or 236 East Navajo in Hobbs, New Mexico. Yeah, veteran-owned and operated, and the proud sponsor today of things that happened on this date in history.
So on this date in 1569, St. Philip of Moscow was martyred by Ivan the Terrible. Before that, Ivan was known as Ivan the Not Such a Bad Guy. In 1783, George Washington resigned as the U.S. Army's commander-in-chief and returned to his home in Mount Vernon, Virginia, to begin Christmas shopping. It was on this date in 1788, Maryland voted to give up a 100-square-mile area for the seat of the national government. 2/3 of that became what is now known as Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow.
In 1823, Clement C. Moore's poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, was published in the Troy, New York Sentinel. On this day in 1888, Vincent van Gogh cut off his left ear with a razor after an argument with fellow painter Paul Gauguin and sent it to a female courtesan for safekeeping. And it was on this date in 1893, the opera Hansel and Gretel was first performed in Weimar, Germany, in a completely packed gingerbread house, like a real gingerbread house. On this day in 1913, the U.S. Federal Reserve System was authorized.
Okay.
1913 was not a good year for freedoms in America. In 1920, Ireland divided into two parts, each with its own parliament. Tom, what are those parts? Ireland and Northern Ireland.
Oh.
On this day in 1947, the transistor was invented. You know, for radio, not for men to women and women to men.
I love the way that smelled, the radiator.
Transistor.
The transistor radiator.
Yeah. Radio, little radio.
A transistor radiator.
Radio.
Yes. They just like the smell of it.
They're like this big. We're moving on. 1975, the U.S. Congress passed. Wait, it gets better. The Metric Conversion Act. Yeah, in 75. I'm so glad we converted over to. Wait, we never did we? We've been trying to convert, but it just keeps inching along. All right. Too many jokes in there. Sorry. On this date in 1986, the experimental aircraft Voyager landed after circling the world without refueling once.
That's cool.
Today is National Roots Day, National Furfurnoose Day. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you said it right.
And Festivus. What is it?
So Furfurnoose is like a cookie, like a cake.
Oh,
and I only know this because my first grader sang a song about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Tom. Eddie Vedder turns the big 6-0 today. He is still maintaining that even flow. He's the lead singer for Pearl Jam. Can you name a Pearl Jam song? I just gave you one. Even flow. Jeremy. Black. No. Yellow Ledbetter, the song that nobody knows any lyrics to.
Yeah, no.
Former Michigan coach and current San Diego Charger coach, Jim Harbaugh, made it to the 61-yard line today.
Really?
Okay.
Someone Tom will know, Susan Lucci.
Yes, Days of My Lives.
No. Turned 78 today. I heard a rumor she's looking to join a new soap opera called All My Great-Grandchildren.
Oh, gosh.
Or Great-Great-Grandchildren. She spent years on All My Children.
That's the name of it.
But what she's really known for is she doesn't have a bunch of Emmys to go for it. She lost 18 daytime Emmy nominations before winning her first one in 1999. She was nominated 21 times in all.
I know.
And lost most of them.
She never gave up, Tom.
That's right.
She never gave up.
Yeah, when you get $30 million a year for playing that role, you wouldn't give up either.
I don't think she was paid $30 million.
I don't think so either, but I don't have that information here.
Hefty.
Harry Shearer, who provides many of the voices on The Simpsons, turns 81 today. He voices Mr. Burns, Smithers, Principal Skinner, Ned Flanders, Reverend Lovejoy, Scratchy, Kang, Lenny, and Kent Brockman. And as we mentioned earlier, it is Festivus, which is a secular holiday celebrated on December 23rd as an alternative to Christmas and as a way to commemorate the season without participating with any pressures or commercialism. Now, Festivus became part of worldwide popular culture after being featured on
Gunsmoke,
Seinfeld in 1997.
Gunsmoke.
It was conceived by writer Dan O'Keefe And it's celebrated by his family as early as 1966, and that's why he brought that in. That's his dad and granddad. 66. This has nothing to do with Gunsmoke.
Festus.
No? Festivus.
Neighborhood.
No. Different town.
Oh.
And Kevin, that is what happened on this day in history. And if it's your birthday today, happy birthday.
I love the way the transistor radio smells.
You never smelled one when you first took it out of the plastic bag and put the little...
It's a radio,
little
Tom.
battery in it?
It's a radio. It has no smell.
Yeah, it has a smell.
Believe me, if radio smelled, everybody listening right now would be able to smell you. And the ratings would not be well.
It would smell. I'm telling you, B, it smelled beautiful.
I'm telling you. All right, on the way, we're going to talk about the percent of increases when it comes to Joe Biden. We'll talk about that. The Navy admits they shelled out a bunch of money for obscure environmental initiatives with no impact on the military well-being. We'll talk about what that was coming up. And CNN gets a lump of coal. Their ratings, oh my goodness, not very good. And Tommy, you know who Tommy Lee is?
Yes, actor.
No. I don't think you can call that acting.
Tommy Lee, he was...
Yeah, I mean, I did see the video, but Tommy Lee was not acting. Monica, you know who Tommy Lee is?
Yeah, he was the chick from Baywatch's husband, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't he part
the
of the
drummer
band? The
for
drummer.
Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you think this clown takes a bath?
Oh God. Okay, based on the maybe
I think he
twice
does,
a month.
I think he does the Tom method and goes to the pool.
I am going to fill you in on how often he takes a bath, and his wife is okay with it.
Oh gosh, who's his wife?
I'm
First
going
of
to
all,
get to that coming up. We're running late. It's already 8:17. National Anthem and the Pledge being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She's your Farmers Insurance agent, has been for 40 plus years. Started her business in 19 years of age. Would love to chat with you about your insurance needs. She'll put together a quote to meet all of your needs, no matter if it's just auto, or maybe you got auto and home. Maybe you got recreational vehicles, commercial insurance, and you need life insurance now. She can handle all of that. Stop by 226 West Vega and Hobbs and chat with her, or just call her, 575-393-2661. Proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge on W105.
Good morning. My name is Chase Mazurk. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose brushed rights and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won were so gallantly seen, and the rockets went down of our first beaten men came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you. Lord's Prayer this morning at 8:19 being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Matthew 2 this morning, where is he who has been born the King of the Jews? Asked the three wise men. For we saw his star when it rose, and we have come to worship him.
This is Mike Welsh. With Jude Oil, can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
On earth as it is in heaven.
On earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread.
this day our daily bread.
And forgive us.
And forgive us.
Our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us.
And forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not to temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
20 minutes after 8, 20 after 8. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Wood Swan right there on Highway 70 in Glencoe. Woodswan.com for more information. Call them 575-430-2325. Looking for a work of art when it comes to your dining table, conference table, coffee tables, end tables, nightstands. They can put together pedestals and you name it, they do it. And they've got a 30,000 square foot manufacturing plant right there on Highway 70 using wood not just native to New Mexico, but from all over the place. Check them out online. That's woodswan.com or call them 575-430-2325. Call them today for an appointment to stop in and check them out. Woodswan.com. Fog in the forecast this morning will be burning off shortly. Sunny skies, 73 for the high today. Increasing clouds, 37 tonight, and then up to about 61 tomorrow. And sunny skies. Christmas Day will stay in the 60s, about 63. Let's get updated with news this morning, being brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm, reminding you accidents happen when you least expect them. And you need a attorney that's going to fight for you. That's Luke Ragsdale at the Ragsdale Law Firm, specializing in car accidents, personal injury, slip and falls, medical malpractice, awful accidents, and more. Based in Roswell, ready to help you every step of the way. And by the way, you don't pay a penny until you win your case. Call for a free consultation today, 575-208-5300, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. We're taking a break, coming right back. It's already 8:22 on W105.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 37 of the 40 prisoners on federal death row have their sentences converted to life in prison without parole by President Biden.
President Biden is not commuting the death sentences for 3 inmates. Robert Bowers, convicted of a mass shooting at a synagogue. Dylan Roof, convicted of a mass shooting at a black church. And Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, convicted for his role in the Boston Marathon bombing.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz wants a restraining order to block the release of a House Ethics Committee report about him. And Honda and Nissan announced plans to merge.
The companies plan to complete the deal by August of 2026. Mitsubishi, which is roughly 1/4 owned by Nissan, will decide by next month if it wants to join the new group. Toyota and Volkswagen are the world's largest auto groups by vehicle sales.
Fox's Lillian Wu, the merged company would be the 3rd largest. America's listening to Fox News.
Shop the Working Guys store for everyone on your Christmas list. Look for the elf on a shelf and find incredible savings store-wide. Men's and women's work boots, FR jeans and shirts, fashion western wear for the whole family, coolers and accessories, belts, wallets, cologne, and sunglasses including Maui Jim. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Working Guys store. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 for your holiday shopping convenience at 109 East Broadway.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
This holiday season, make your celebrations unforgettable at Cal's Cactus Lane Bowling, located at 1609 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Whether it's a holiday party, birthday bash, corporate event, or just a night out with friends, we've got you covered with catering options, exciting bowling lanes, and plenty of fun for everyone. And don't miss Karaoke Fridays at Cal's Shane Western. Book your party today and let us help you create memories that'll last a lifetime. Call or visit us at Cal's Cactus Lane Bowling, 1609 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Let's make this a holiday season you'll never forget.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in Southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay in addition. You get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
This holiday season, Carlsbad Floral and Gifts at 908 West Pierce Street invites you to celebrate the true spirit of giving. For every Bible you purchase, we'll donate another to families in need at the Faith, Hope, and Love Foundation, spreading joy, comfort, and God's Word where it's needed most. Visit Carlsbad Floral and Gifts to discover beautiful arrangements, thoughtful gifts, and the perfect way to share His love. Together, let's make this season one of hope and blessings. Carlsbad Floral and Gifts, your local shop for beauty, faith, and giving.
Attention, if you drive a car, then this message is for you. Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan is clearing the lot. That's right, all the 2024s need to go to make room for the 2025s. The managers have been instructed to move the 2024s at all costs. Their loss is your gain. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Now's the time to save big. No offer will be turned away. Save up to 20% off select units. Interest rates as low as 0%, and all cars come with the Danny Kelly's guaranteed lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, they'll beat any Texas deal or they'll go get it for free. But you got to get down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan now. The new year is right around the corner, and these deals won't last forever. If you've got a car you're driving now, they'll even pay off that loan when you make a deal. 'Tis the season to upgrade yourself into that newer, nicer car today. Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan is clearing the lots. It's the final push to 2025, and these deals are ready to be hung under your tree. Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
1, 2, 3, here we go.
You see, this is what happens when you let sick people play with powerful toys.
It's like I've got the winning ticket in my pocket.
Here we go, back to being the Breakfast Club. Be part of the show. 877-396-W105.
Pick up the phone and call me right now.
I'm finally home for the holidays, but it seems my vacation's out of luck. My neighbors remodeling their home for the holidays, and I'd like to tell them they can go get...
You can't say that on the radio. That's why we had to cut it, Tom. Sorry. 820 died after it looks like a woman recently filed a cruelty case against her husband, claiming that he cared more about their pet cat than he cared about her. By the way, they're from India, which would be kind of silly. I mean, if he cared more about his cat than he did the woman. By the way, the husband says that he did stop paying attention to her. But it wasn't because he loved the cat more than her. It's just because the cat didn't bug him. That's why he didn't pay attention to the woman anymore.
What do you think about that, Tom?
Well, they don't eat cows over there.
They don't eat cows over there. Yes, that's a reason why. And police in Massachusetts responded to a report of a snake inside a resident's home. When they arrived, they found the snake. And it was, trespassing. So, but the crazy thing was that it was a prank that was later found out.
Oh, wow.
Her boyfriend pranked her.
He let the snake loose in the house?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, it was a poisonous snake, so it's not a big deal. Monica, wouldn't you enjoy something like that?
Heck no.
No,
I
you
don't do
like
snakes. I don't do rats.
I don't do rattlesnakes.
I will jump on top of whatever is in front of me to get away from.
And the owner of a Ohio funeral home recently applied for a liquor license. We talked about this last week.
Did.
And
there was a young kid, too, I think.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's not a kid. Kids can't have liquor licenses.
He was like in his early 20s when I say kid.
I agree with Tom. 20s is kid.
But it never gave his age, I don't believe. And how would you be able to remember that, his age?
Because I saw a picture of him.
Yeah, I doubt that very seriously. Where did you see the picture of him?
On the news. CNN had the same story.
Hey, Tom, they don't eat cows over there.
Oh, so you like watching CNN? Is that what you're telling me?
I was surfing.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you go into the Hallmark channel.
That's his go-to news source.
Yeah, Apple is working on a face recognition doorbell that will use your facial recognition, like to open up your phone, to open up your front door. Where could that go wrong?
I've seen that movie. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think so. And this year they're spending, if you're spending Christmas shopping and all kind of other stuff, DoorDash says that they will drop off food for you. Last minute shopping, DoorDash.
Really?
You better tip them well or they mess with your food.
Yeah, exactly. Then they spit in your food.
Yeah.
Prices have risen 20% under the Biden administration. I would have thought that it would have been a little
low.
higher.
Yeah, that's low. But that's across the board prices. It's not indicating certain things because certain things haven't increased that much, right? I mean, so that drags everything else down.
Yeah, looks like the Navy admitted that they have been using your money for different things. Little known environmental provision of the fiscal year 2025 National Defense Authorization Act has no impact on military operations, but instead serves to protect the native vegetation. A Navy spokesperson told the Daily Caller that they have spent $880 billion in this defense bill passed by the U.S. Senate on Wednesday, including an initiative to manage, control, and take care of getting rid of the coconut beetle. Coconut beetle. Coconut beetle bores holes in palm trees. And it's a problem in Hawaii. It really is. So the Navy is going to spend a buttload of money to eradicate the coconut rhinoceros beetle, better known as the CRB.
Gonna get rid of the crib.
Can't we just get ready for war? Military readiness, isn't that kind of important?
Yes.
I think it's way important. And CNN gets a lump of coal for Christmas. Have you guys seen the ratings?
No.
In a business where we live and die by ratings.
And MSNBC as well are tanking.
CNN got a big old lump of coal.
What's the rating? they
CNN
give?
drew 93,000 viewers to the very important demographic 25 to 54 from December 26. Well, it really goes December 15th through the 26th. 93,000 viewers.
Tom could have started his own cable access channel and got that many.
Wow. That's bad. And Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee of Motley Crue.
Yep.
By the way, you might know Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, or maybe you might know him as
The
he was
partner of
married.
Pam Anderson.
Yeah, he was the partner, and they starred in the movie together.
They made a movie together.
They made a movie together, and
not for children.
Now, if Tommy Lee didn't make it in music, he could have probably made it in another field.
Adult film industry.
Oh, God.
Yes, he could have been an adult film guy. So he's not a big fan of taking a shower or a bath. He's 62 years old now. And his wife, who is very attractive, says that he takes a bath about one time a week, if that.
I was close. I said twice a month. It's 4 times a month. Oh, gosh.
And she said it doesn't give her the icks. Well, he hasn't given you the icks yet. But if he gets back with his ex that he made the video with, Pam Anderson, you might get the itch. I don't know about the icks. But he takes a bath one time a week. Monica, have you ever been with a man that only takes a bath one time a week?
Never.
Tom, have you ever been with a woman that takes a bath one time a week?
I don't remember. No.
Have you ever only taken a bath?
I could just say this much.
What?
I have never been with a woman that takes a bath one time a week. I mean, I'm
none of
the women I've ever been with were been cochinos like that.
Yeah.
Now the second ex-wife, she took a shower every day, and then she would spray and the foam, the bathtub with foam and the shower with foam. I thought that was kind of creepy.
Well, it's kind of weird that she had to clean the bathtub. Well, did you leave a ring around the bathtub every time you got in it?
I used to do that, man.
Well, let me ask you, did you leave a ring on the bathtub every time you got in the bathtub?
There was no ring around that time.
No, listen, Tom. I guess coming to, I don't know. Like, I feel like women, especially now, like, we don't wash our hair every day, right? And so I think that's fine because a lot of women do that to keep their hair healthy. But you've got to body bathe every day or at least every other day.
Dude, I take a shower in the morning. I go to the gym. And part of the reason I take a shower in the morning is because I can't wake up without taking a shower. So I take a shower in the morning. I come back from the gym. I take another shower. And then in the afternoon, before we go eat out, I take another shower. So I take 3 showers a day.
Okay.
And I'm fresh all the time, Tom. I am fresh.
And so am I.
There's a difference between fresh and ripe.
Hey, right.
Stephen A. Smith says he now regrets voting for Kamala Harris and said that he's open to voting Republicans next election.
What?
Whoa. Stephen A. Smith. And detectives in El Paso, the Crimes Against Person Unit investigation, talking about a fight that ended up with 1 person dead. This is sad. I mean, it's Christmas. What are you guys fighting about? And then 1 person dead from 1 shot fired. By the way, police got a call, and when they got there, the person was dead, and they are no arrest made at this point. They're still looking for for the individual that was involved. Good news. Wow. Good news coming from San Jose State. The volleyball
team,
transgender player,
they all
the rest
entered
of the
portal.
team, they all hit the portal.
Man.
They're like, no, we don't want to play with this dude no more.
Yep.
Right.
I don't blame
They
them.
were kind of forced to this year, and they're like, we're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're out. They all hit the portal.
And the
It's
funny
awesome.
thing is that guy is done. Right? This was his last year of eligibility.
But they don't want to play for the coach who thought it was okay to bring in the ringer.
Right.
The dude.
Right.
It's crazy. All right, 20 minutes away from 9 o'clock, Mayorkas says, talks about the missing kids, but it's not his responsibility anymore. Here's what Mayorkas had to say. Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas.
Tom Homan says these children are being exploited and trafficked. Is that true?
Well, we
Do you
certainly, Margaret, we certainly have received reports of children being trafficked, even those as to whom we know where they are. That is outside the responsibility of the Department of Homeland Security.
It's not your responsibility.
What we do is we turn children over within 72 hours, as the law requires, to the Department of Health and Human Services, and then HHS places those children. Of course, we investigate cases of trafficking, but there are children who are reunited with a parent here in the United States or a legal guardian, and they move, and sometimes the government loses track. Individuals do not comply with the
they don't. Wait, let me get this right. They come in the country illegally, and then they don't reply. They don't listen to the directions and comply. Is that what he said? Tom, is that what he said?
Sort of.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty close to what he said. Scott Jennings from the CNN State of the Union on Sunday. Here's what he had to say. And Scott Jennings, keeping these people real for sure. Scott Jennings from CNN.
And with Donald Trump soon?
I don't think so. I mean, look, they appear to be getting along well. Musk was very instrumental in his victory. And I hear Democrats, criticizing the idea that we have unelected people with too much influence over the government. I invite them to pick up the Wall Street Journal from this week and find out that unelected people have been running the government for the last 4 years. I hear Democrats criticizing the influence of billionaires on our politics when you've got this Soros punk running around collecting Democrat politicians like my kids collect Pokemon cards. So
Thank you. So Soros has been buying politicians, DAs, judges, and you name it for years, but now it's a problem. Billionaires get involved in politics.
He's just a collector.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Elon Musk didn't say that he was going to kick people out of office. What he said was, I'm going to find people to run against you and flood your market with money. I'm going to give millions of dollars for somebody to run against you. What's the problem with that?
There is no problem.
I don't see a problem with that. It was okay with Soros.
Right.
I don't see a problem with that. Not a problem at all. All right, Blake, we got to get to the boob of the day. Being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. They've got you covered with natural supplements to make you feel better. If you're living in pain, they offer stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, and the cryotherapy chamber. And ladies, hormonal optimization. If you're going through menopause or premenopause and it is affecting you negatively, you want to get back to your old self. Let them optimize your hormones. And guys, testosterone replacement therapy, it has been so good for me. It has changed my life. It is a game changer. If your testosterone is low, do yourself a favor. First, start with this. Deep dive into your blood work to find out exactly what's going on and to check out your testosterone. And then get on the ball with testosterone replacement therapy. You'll appreciate it, and you'll thank me later. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs, 575-964-8025. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So a New Jersey teacher is under investigation after allegedly taping a 9-year-old student to his desk by his neck.
What?
While a classroom aide just stood by and watched. This according to New Jersey authorities. The incident occurred at a local elementary school and was reported to police after the student recounted the disturbing event to his parents after he got home. Now, investigators said that the teacher used adhesive tape to bind the boy's neck to the desk, which they said caused emotional trauma, but, no physical injuries. And the school district has placed the teacher on administrative leave while law enforcement conducts a full investigation. The aide involved is also being questioned about failing to intervene and just watching this guy take a student and tape him down to the desk by the neck. 9-year-old. Parents have expressed a little outrage, understandably.
Oh,
can't
imagine.
They are demanding accountability and safety reforms in that New Jersey classroom.
Yeah.
This is unofficial, and I'm making this up, but the superintendent said, forget about it. And for taping a kid to the desk by the neck, you are the boob of the day.
That is wild.
By the way, Tony Soprano is very upset. He'll be at school later today. Okay? All right, 846 morning show being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry in Carlsbad and in Loving. If you're looking for a place where you can drop off your clothes, they can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, dry clean your clothes, press them, starch them, keep you looking good. Not a problem. They also have coin-operated machines, so you can do all of that yourself. North Star Laundry. Find them in Carlsbad, 609 West Lee Street, 604 West Church Street, and in Loving at 406 West Cedar. Tom on the text quickly. We'll take a break up next.
All right, Mad Dog is chiming in. The most recent budget funding resolution went from a 1,500-page document, he goes on to say, to a 100-page document.
About 200, I think.
About so. And the Democrats claim it a victory. It would have happened if Donald Trump hadn't been elected president, and Elon Musk and Ramaswamy hadn't had a hand in it either, says Mad Dog this morning.
I agree, Mad Dog. And I would have taped that
Ramaswamy.
teacher. Yeah, Ramaswamy. I would have taped that teacher to the chalkboard,
Amen.
says one texter. And bust the kid's ass instead of taping him to the chair.
Hello.
Yep.
And Toby from Hagerman is chiming in. He says, I see a problem with any donation to any politician over $5,000, he says. And after being elected.
Because they receive a paycheck. And I bet they would do what the people want then so they could get reelected.
Well, the problem is PACs. PACs are the problem.
Big John said, I took a shower once in a week because we were doing long-range reconnaissance.
Well, that's different.
A field shower water from a canteen.
Right.
Y'all, one time, I have this funny story. I'd never been camping. So I went with my friends camping, right? They're like pros. And I'm like, where are the showers? Like, we're down there. I don't even remember where we were. And I'm like, I need a shower. Me and my daughter need a shower. Like, we're going to go get clean. I couldn't find the showers at this campground. So
you weren't camping. You went to a campground.
Something. Okay. I thought, for all I know, we were roughing it. And I needed a dang shower. So I went through about 2 cases of water to bathe me and Cena. And my friend and her husband were livid. They were like, we are never bringing you again.
You
and
used
I was
all
like,
the water.
All the water bottles. Like, all of
Monica,
them.
you know what bucket showering is?
No.
So there are people here in the Philippines that don't have water to their house.
Okay.
So they go to a location and they bucket bath. And so we passed somebody bucket bathing this afternoon on the road. And bucket bathing, where you're taking a shower in your clothes. Some people will take their clothes off. But then, they have to put up with people blowing the horn and, waving at them and stuff. But enough about me.
And this texter says, Monica, you don't wash your hair every day? You nasty.
If you wash your hair every day, you'll actually end up damaging it.
Yeah.
So you are now the bucket bather,
That's why I have
Kevin.
no hair. Yeah.
Kevin,
Bucket.
you're now a bucket bather.
Yeah, a bucket bather.
No, he's a bucket bath watcher.
Yeah. No, I'm a watcher of the bucket bath.
Ay, Dios mío.
And wait, this texter says, Tom married 2 women to help them get their citizenship.
What?
No, the first one was a Puerto Rican. She's already an American citizen.
No.
The second one is was a Mexican national. She got her citizenship.
So only one of them you helped.
Oh, check
Didn't
this
help the
out.
other one either.
I went 2 weeks without a shower when I was in the patch hauling frac sand. I didn't want to stop making that big money. Whoa.
Yeah. I'm not going to hate on you.
That should be a question of the day, too.
So
How long have you been
when you go
without a
camping and
shower?
stuff, if you take like wet wipes and stuff with you, you can.
Like,
they call it a whore bath,
see,
and
I
you do all
get
the
it.
important parts.
I get it. Like, if you were to have to, be, in a... Okay, so, back then, I guess this is where it comes from. So my parents have, a water well, and it would freeze sometimes. So, we couldn't shower. So we had to, body bathe, completely, right? But, out there in the campgrounds, where you're outside, it's dirty, there's dirt, nah.
Animals.
I'm using whatever water I got.
Oh,
I need more than a wet wipe.
Hey.
It's a campground. They had showers.
Well, I
You
didn't
ever had to bathe in the ocean or in the bayou or something like that?
I haven't.
Yep.
It's a different type of water.
Yeah, you got to have fresh. You got to have
without any water after the typhoon here.
I'm so thankful to be.
You got to have fresh water.
Good water.
Ocean water will leave that sticky film on you.
Yep. You got to have something to wash that off with.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have nothing, but God bless. All right, let's take a break. Let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. We're about 10 minutes away from 9. Morning show being brought to you by Fens and Artesia. Merry Christmas from Fens. They've got everything you're looking for. All your Christmas cooking and baking, they've got you covered. Right now, check this out. Standing rib roast, $3.99. Make that $6.99 a pound. Harmel cured, 81. Spiral ham, $1.97 a pound. Cook shank ham, 97 cents a pound. Fresh asparagus, $2.77 a pound. Russet potatoes, number 1, 10-pound bag, $2.99. Also, Duncan Hines cake mix, 5 boxes for $5. Whipping cream, they've got it right now, 32-ounce container, just $5.98. Don't forget the eggnog. They've got it for $3.58 for a quart. They've got you covered there. Plus, all your if you're looking for cakes and that type of stuff, tortillas, they've got everything at Fens. Or if you're looking for maybe something adult beverages, they've got you covered too at Fens. Merry Christmas from Fens and Artesia. 8:53, taking a break. Good news of the day on the way. We're being the Breakfast Club on W105. Coming right back.
MTD Radio News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Get the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. Officers with the Carlsbad Police Department responded to a call of a bank robbery at the Western Commerce Bank last week, where an unarmed man reportedly demanded money from a teller with a note and fled the area with an undisclosed amount of money. Officers received a description of the suspect and were able to locate him a short time later. The suspect was identified as 38-year-old Michael George Valdez of Carlsbad. Valdez was arrested and charged with robbery, a third-degree felony. And Carlsbad Police Captain Jesse Rodriguez was appointed as the city's new police chief Thursday by Mayor Richard Lopez. He replaces outgoing chief Shane Skinner, who announced his retirement in November. Rodriguez has been with the Carlsbad Police Department since 2004, serving in various roles with the department, including patrol corporal, sergeant, detective, patrol lieutenant, and captain. City spokesperson Valerie Quezada said. Most recently as captain, Rodriguez served as a public information officer assisting the news media in covering crime and police matters. The Hobbs Public Library will expand its hours after the first of the year. Beginning on January 2nd, the library will be open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. All current programs will continue at their regularly scheduled times, but the library will pause regular weekly programming during school closures. There will be no special programs offered between now and January 5th. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
This holiday season, make your celebrations unforgettable at Cal's Cactus Lane Bowling, located at 1609 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Whether it's a holiday party, birthday bash, corporate event, or just a night out with friends, we've got you covered with catering options, exciting bowling lanes, and plenty of fun for everyone. And don't miss Karaoke Fridays at Cal's Shane Western. Book your party today and let us help you create memories that'll last a lifetime. Call or visit us at Cal's Cactus Lane Bowling, 1609 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Let's make this a holiday season you'll never forget.
Shop the Working Guys store for everyone on your Christmas list. Look for the elf on a shelf and find incredible savings store-wide. Men's and women's work boots, FR jeans and shirts, fashion western wear for the whole family, coolers and accessories, belts, wallets, cologne, and sunglasses including Maui Jim. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Working Guys store. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 for your holiday shopping convenience at 109 East Broadway. Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. John 3:16 reminds us that God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life, and he will bring us through. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the family of excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking.
Ah, the sounds of the season. Santa's getting ready for his trip. Mom's planning that big Christmas dinner, turkey and all the trimmings. The tree is up in all its splendor, and gifts are being wrapped. In all the hustle and bustle that's Christmas, Floors to Go reminds you to remember the real meaning of Christmas. Peace on earth, goodwill to man. So do unto others as you would have them do to you. At Floors to Go in Hobbs, New Mexico, we hope you and your family have the very best Christmas you've ever had.
Bob's Ridgeway wants to say Merry Christmas with big seasonal savings and more than 150 sale items this week. All of your Christmas candies, from the candy-filled canes, peppermint canes, the Queen Anne cherries, down to the nice chocolate stir sticks, all on special this week. Big Christmas savings in your grocery aisle. From Boston butt pork shoulder, $1.59 a pound, to the Hormel party trays, the big 28 ounces, just $12.99. Cape Crevel cooked shrimp, the 3140s big 1 pound bag, just $5.99. Savings on deli lunch meats, jalapeno peppers, graham cracker crust. Get Haas avocados too for $3. More than 150 big sale items to bring in the season at Bob's Ridgeway. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar always goes farther.
Please, the sun is coming up.
Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Come on. Turn it on now. It's showtime, baby.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Use only as directed.
Don't understand. I need it.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105.
You may look calm on the outside, but on the inside, you've killed that coworker like 100 times.
We have no sense of humor, and we're armed.
Looks like Joy Behar gave her View co-host and audience a show when, oh my goodness, Joy, for Christmas on Friday, faked the Big O, Tom.
Uh-oh.
She faked the Big O?
On TV?
On TV.
What's the Big O?
You know, from when Harry met Sally, I'll have what she's having.
Huh?
You know, from when Harry met Sally, I'll have what she's having.
Yes.
I'm clueless.
I'll explain later, Monica.
Okay.
It's nasty.
Oh,
No,
it's nasty.
It ain't nasty. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Britney Spears revealed that she deleted her recent post, a video of herself dancing in a bikini,
Oh, man.
because people were saying mean things.
What a
I'm telling you, that girl could make millions of dollars a year and solve her money problems. Just go ahead and go on OnlyFans. She doesn't mind already showing it off.
Yeah, but I mean, does she really have money problems?
Yeah,
though?
she does.
Does she?
Because her dad stole all her money and
Yeah, I know he did, but she's still got just the residual money. She's got lots and lots of money, I would think. And then, I know she's got child support to pay, but I mean, I would think still has. Yeah. Daytime talk show. The Talk signed off the air 15 years on CBS. That was the show that was supposed to take The View out. It never did. And Party City, a store that's been open for 40 years, reported on CNN going out of business. CNN muttered to themselves, we could be next.
Right behind.
I was going to say, do you think Spirit Halloween's going to take them over? Because they're trying to do Christmas
they
too.
take everything over.
They're trying to do Christmas too.
Well, and
really,
did you guys ever shop at Party City?
They had, they're expensive.
They're expensive as heck.
But they had the Spirit stores. They launched like a dozen in big cities across the U.S. this year. for Christmas, right after Halloween.
Gotcha.
Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts was hit with a $5,600 fine for wearing cleats that were not the same color of the uniform for the Eagles. By the way, the constitutional team colors is a rule for the NFL. That happened on a game against the Steelers. Didn't he get hurt over the weekend, Tom?
He did. He suffered a concussion.
Did he?
Yeah. So I don't know what kind of protocol that involves, but usually a 4-game that's going to be out 4 games if it's severe.
4 games for a concussion?
Well, that's a severe case. There's been a lot of other ones that come back the next game.
Yeah.
Or if they have multiples, like Tua had multiples.
Quarter?
They lost to Washington yesterday.
So, Tom, do you think the Washington quarterback will be the rookie of the year?
He probably will. He's having a good year. But they play Dallas in 2 weeks, the final game of
So
the
you
season.
think next year Shedeur Sanders he'll be the rookie of the year without even playing a single game?
But they'll figure out Daniels after a year. I mean, you got all this tape on him now that he won't be that good next year.
So they didn't get the tape from his 2 years at LSU where he was running all over the place.
But that's college. It's a different type ball game, B. Totally different.
So they didn't get the film.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it didn't matter because that's 2
I
years
was just checking. KWMW Malchamore 105.1 FM. Blake, they got him. The Pokemon card thief.
They did.
Yeah, they got him. So the Albuquerque police found and arrested the man that stole the $10,000 trading card, the Pokemon card. Brian Bettis was arrested at his home. He was 33 years old, and his mom at the home said she was very upset. She had to go get him from the basement. It was terrible. By the way, he is still at the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Yep.
Charged with aggravated battery, larceny, and property damages. So will the judge keep him locked up for those charges?
Probably because they let all the murderers and rapists go.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Panama president hissed at Donald Trump's threat to take back the Panama Canal. The Panamanian president, Jose Raul Molino, released a video saying that we are a sovereign damn nation. By the way, let me just tell you this much. 38,000 American men died to build that Panama Canal. Why we gave it back to you guys, I have no idea, except for 2 words, Jimmy Carter.
Who is now the second worst president in U.S. history.
Yeah.
So our military should never have to pay to go through the Panama Canal. Never have to pay.
It's very important in our strategic movement.
So Donald Trump says he'll fix that.
Some
He'll get
ships,
it fixed.
some ships going through there have to pay like $500,000 to go through.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Really.
Looks like, and you don't think that's added on to the cost of goods in America? You don't think that's passed on to us?
Of course it is.
Of course. Scandal plague Illinois mayor. You remember this lady that was going on trips all over the place, and she was actually using the police department as her personal errand boys.
The city's dime, huh? Wow.
So, Dalton, Illinois mayor.
Well, she did a lot of other things too.
Yeah, crazy.
Just a bad
Tiffany Hayard said that, she is the modern day Rosa Parks.
Well, she tried to blame them, trying to cut off all of her lavish, extravagant spending.
Yeah.
She said, it's because I'm a black woman, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Well, the crazy thing is that in that town, I think it's like 82% African Americans, and they're the ones going after her.
Yep. Because they know she's wrong.
Yeah, and wrong is wrong. Quit playing the race card.
Correct.
Just quit playing the race card. Did you guys see that Albuquerque teen shot a security guard at the mall and was sentenced Friday? Nathaniel Martinez, 17 years old, took a plea deal back in October, admitting that he shot him. It was right there by Fuddruckers. So in July, the security guard, Cart Martinez, sleeping in the right in front of Fuddruckers at the mall, asked him to leave. That's when witnesses say a fight broke out between the security guard and Martinez shot the security guard.
Man.
By the way, the judge sentenced Martinez to 1 year of custody for the New Mexico Children, Youth, and Families Department to give Martinez a chance to get treatment for his issues that led to this incident. Using a firearm to shoot a security guard. 1 year of treatment. That's it.
Dang.
Wow.
That's it. So you wonder why we have issues? Well, that could be part of it. 907 text line this morning. We'll get to that. Morning show being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing. Roofing and insurance specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured. Local veteran by the name of Dwayne Pinnock has been operating A Custom Construction and Roofing for 30 years. And for 30 straight years, they have had an A-plus rating for the Better Business Bureau. Call Dwayne this morning for a free estimate. His number, 575-318-9725. A Custom Construction and Roofing, warning you about those unlicensed out-of-town contractors, because when they're gone, your warranty is gone. Tom?
All right, Mad Dog, he says, that's what Democrats do the best. Give away all the good stuff and let all the bad stuff in, says Mad Dog this morning.
And poor Monica never experienced the big O. Listen, I already told y'all my mind doesn't completely work that way, kind of like y'all's does. But I'm gathering that it might be that, what I'm thinking about. The feel good
It's okay,
starts
Monica.
with an O.
Yeah.
Am I headed in? Lord Jesus, you guys. Plus, in my
Sometimes you might
defense,
say that.
I've never seen that movie.
What movie?
Whatever movie y'all
When
were
Harry Met
referring to.
Sally?
Yes, and I don't watch The View. So,
Look, the girl faking it on The View is probably the closest she's ever come.
oh my gosh. So she was faking having an O.
Now she gets it.
You got it.
Listen, if you ladies, if
He's
you
turning
gotta
red.
fake it,
Oh, my God.
get rid of the damn dude.
Right?
Seriously, get
Amen.
rid of it. Bye. That's all I gotta say. Keep going, Tom.
And the mayor of Greenfield says, I was in the Navy for a long time. It costs about $1 million per ship to go through that Suez Canal, says.
We're talking about the Panama Canal.
He says Suez Canal.
And Blake, we called it a whore bath back
Yep.
then, said Big John.
Yep, that's what we called it. All the important parts, privates, pits, etc.
Under the tip. I got you. That one I did know.
And to the guy who said Monica could drive him to the doctor, get in line, you fool,
Aww.
says the texter.
Anthony from Roswell said that. Listen, I that could be like a service if I ever could. If I didn't have like a boyfriend or a husband, I could provide that kind of service.
They can drive Tom. Tom
Blake,
needs to ride.
Nice. I think it would be nice of you guys to drive Tom.
Sure. Blake, you and Kevin need to stop trying to speak at the same time. You're canceling each other out. Says Toby from Hagerman. Y'all better listen to Toby. And the reason Tom named his cat Monahans is because if he would have named him Taco Tom, Tom would have eaten him. And he'd be meowing and breathing hard on the mic, said Trucker Gary.
Tom's not in here, so I can't do the joke I was going to do about that.
And good morning, everyone. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Apparently, he got an important phone call, you guys, so he had to step away.
I'm sure it's one of the traffic updates.
Tom liked the way a radio smelled. Gary from the Patch says Tommy is a little mad because he ran out of Astroglide. Now, what's Astroglide?
Poor Tom.
Hooked on phonics, Tom. Said Jeff from the Patch. He put a period after everything.
Can we get him that for Christmas?
I can
Do
give him...
they still sell that?
I can give him my niece's little flashcards, like her sight words.
Yeah, I think that'd be worth it.
What is that? That thing with the string that you pull it and it has the letter and it says like A is for apple.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And Mr. B asked Tom A. when was his last period. No response from Tom. Tom A. is such a dive, said this person. Anthony responded. He said, hell no, I'm not driving Tom to the vet. And Uncle Mike says, Tom reading the text is just as good as Russ jacking up the phone numbers. Does Russ jack up the phone numbers?
Poor Russ.
All right, and we're good with the text.
So if you're watching me on the air, I'm actually putting together these cheap pots for the wife because her set did not come in the box yet that we sent. So we went to the shop of the day and she said, well, just get me those. And these things are about as thick. That's how thick they are. Not very good, but they were cheap.
Well, isn't that like cheap and not very good? Those are kind of synonyms, right?
Yeah. I mean, not very good. Cheap, but easy on the pocketbook, I guess is what I mean. All right, 9:12. We got to get to the good news of the day. We'll check that out coming up next. Beautiful week. If you're trying to plan the rest of the week out, it is going to be extremely nice. Tomorrow is very, very nice. Christmas Day, looking good. High temperature today, 73 in sunny skies. Quick look at the weather being brought to you by our buddies at WWRV. 3 RV parks, and you can find them in Carlsbad. They have everything that you're looking for when it comes to places to park your RV. 162 RV sites, 30 and 50 amps available, all utilities included, and that includes one low price for your hookup, your 30 and 50 amps, all your utilities, and that does include, of course, high-speed internet. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. Check them out online at wwrv3.com, 988-0392. Call them today or go to the website, wwrv3.com. Nice day today. Sunny and 73, 37 tonight, 61 for your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. High temperature getting up to about 63. We're going to check in, find out what's going on with news. Tom's back yet? Any breaking news?
Well, no, my doctor called me to confirm my appointment today. So,
on the same day?
Yeah, they do that all the time. Yes, sure they do. That's what
usually they call me the day before.
Well, that's what I like about Nordley.
And it took that long?
They usually call me the day before.
Oh, they do it the day before too. But I'm Tom A, so I go there all the time.
Yeah, what they do is they're like, we got to call this full the day of or and the day of.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
That's good to know.
Yeah, you're special.
Who else does that?
Glad to know they take care of you. Mm-hmm. We got to call this full 2 times.
Listen, B from Roswell. Monica, you didn't know what the big O was. Don't know what Astroglide is. Have you been living under a rock? B, no, I haven't. Okay, listen. I came to this show to bring a conservative Christian female voice.
Yes. And
now, these guys
you're ruining her.
You guys have done something to me. Y'all have opened up a different world for me. Not just the guys on the show, but you guys as texters. No, I don't know what Astroglide is.
I have no idea what that is.
But I'm imagining now.
Oh, my goodness.
You're probably on the right track.
Okay, listen. Gosh.
Well, don't read them, you dummy.
Well, I don't know what they are.
Don't read them, you dummy.
And you were gone. And if you know about it and it's making fun of you, you dang sure ain't going to read it. So I got to come
let
through.
me just say this much. No woman that's been with Tom knows about anything, so God bless. All right, let's take a break. Good news coming up next. It's already 9:15. We're BM the Breakfast Club on W105. We'll be right back. I promise.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The man accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, Luigi Mangione, pleads not guilty to state charges in New York.
Murder in the first degree at the state level and murder in the second degree as a crime of terrorism. Then the federal charges come into play. The main difference here between the state and federal charges is that the state argues the shooting was an act of terrorism.
Fox's Alexis McAdams in New York City. A man suspected of burning a woman to death on a subway train there yesterday. The New York Post reports snuck back into the United States sometime after being detained and deported back to Guatemala in 2018.
According to the NYPD, around 7:30 yesterday morning, the suspect approached a sleeping woman on a train and lit her clothing on fire with the lighter. The video shows the suspect then sitting on a bench afterward and watching the unidentified woman burn to death inside that subway car.
Fox's Todd Pyra, the suspect, was spotted and arrested on another subway train later. America's listening to Fox News.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm, too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
The global demand for oil and natural gas is growing, and leaders are looking to American producers to satisfy that demand with the abundant resources available in our country. If you're passionate about keeping energy affordable for your neighbor and reliable for everyone, then it's time you consider a career in oil and natural gas. Coterra Energy is expanding their Permian team and is offering an unmatched employee benefits package. If you're interested in applying, text Coterra to 71441. That's Coterra to 71441. Coterra Energy is an equal opportunity employer.
Shop the Working Guys store for everyone on your Christmas list. Look for the elf on a shelf and find incredible savings store-wide. Men's and women's work boots, FR jeans and shirts, fashion western wear for the whole family, coolers and accessories, belts, wallets, cologne, and sunglasses including Maui Jim. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Working Guys store. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5 for your holiday shopping convenience at 109 East Broadway. Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. John 3:16 reminds us that God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life, and he will bring us through. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the family of excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking.
In need of a tow?
those don't have to be dirty words. At Lee County Roadside, they have been offering friendly and knowledgeable service for 20 years. From light to heavy duty, there's nothing they can't tow. And with 24-hour availability, there's no time they can't tow it. Don't make a bad day worse by choosing the wrong tow company. Lee County Roadside, the good guys to call in a bad situation. For 24-hour service, call 575-392-3223 or locate them at 7401 North Del Paso, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like Lee County Roadside on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
In need of environmental services? Having trouble getting your state lease reclamation approved? JBW Solutions is a veteran-owned company that is dedicated to proudly serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas with quality environmental services. JBW Solutions specializes in state lease reclamations and compliance reporting and approval, including project management, environmental tech support, soil sampling, and more. Contact them at 860-460-4398 and like them on Facebook.
This is Rhonda Romack of Destiny Real Estate, where our business is built on dreams and imagination. Right now, the Lincoln County real estate market has more buyers than sellers. What does that mean? It means that the local market of inventory of houses and ranches is low, but we have plenty of buyers ready and willing to purchase properties. So if you've been considering putting something on the market, it's a good time to get top dollar for your investment. Telephone my team of seasoned professionals at 575-257-3000. That's Rhonda Romack of Destiny Real Estate, online at rudoso-nm.com.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services, from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells, as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Tom A takes more hits than the Texas Rangers get in a year.
You may sell that jazz to another pothead, but not to somebody who spends most of their time holding some sick kid's head while he vomits and retches sitting on a curbstone at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Now back to the show.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Alrighty, 9:21 morning show this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across Southeast New Mexico. Let them do a complete makeover of the outside of your house. Everything from windows to doors to brand new siding, roof. Look, they can even erect metal buildings. Get in touch with them, 575-391-1430 or Seminole Siding and Construction.com. Tom and the text, if you would, Tomas.
All righty. Don't worry, Monica. I'm 65 years old and don't know what we're talking about either, says the texter.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being like-minded. The only thing Tom was confirming was his lunch reservation.
Well, I'm having lunch here today. We got the pink elephant coming up. And that's a lie. They text you, Tom, the day of your appointment. You probably left to take a nap.
A pink elephant is what you blame your farts on. That's a pink elephant.
Don't get it.
He's kind of missing the dog in that was we had. He could always blame the dog.
No, that was a pink dog B had.
All right.
Tom would blame the dog.
And yes, I now understand what the Big O is. And I do know what Astroglide is. Thank you. Perps. And it's not the cocktail type.
There's Blue.
Bunch of perps.
Hey, Blue.
Oh, hi, Blue. Who's Blue?
Yeah, he's blaming it on the dog. There you go.
And that's a lie text. Okay, yeah, okay. All right, we're good.
Tom. By the way, Donna Brazil. Tom, you know who Donna Brazil is?
She used to be a Democrat, right? She's still a Democrat, isn't
well,
she?
yeah, but she was more than a Democrat. She was the woman that gave Hillary Clinton the answers and the questions for the debate with Donald Trump. Yeah, remember that?
Ugly black woman with a bunch of gray hair.
And now she's on ABC News.
Right.
Why you got to bring race into it?
She's ugly.
She what?
Tom had to say what her race was.
Because she looked like, what's his name? Don King. And nobody knows Don King. Don King is a black guy.
Everyone knows that.
Couldn't you just say Don King and let people figure it out for themselves?
Yes.
You could have just said she was an ugly woman. You didn't have to say
Yeah, I mean, why got to bring race into it?
Why you got to be a racist?
Anyway, Donna Brazile now works for ABC. She was working for Fox.
Right.
And she said that we got to say Joe Biden is one of the greatest ever in the history of America. She even wrote an op-ed, and she said that, Joe's face should be on Mount Rushmore.
Jeez, please.
Whew, man. I think he should be, like, on the backside.
No, that's where Crazy Horse is.
Oh, well, I take that back. He should be somewhere with Jimmy Carter. We should put him and Jimmy in the same.
I think that you could let the Teamsters do it, and then he could be like Jimmy Hoffa and always be a cornerstone in the organization.
Yeah, there you go. So, no, Donna Brazile, Joe Biden was not one of the greatest. He will go down as one of the worst presidents in American history.
He'll be vying with Carter for that.
And by the way, I'm not saying that because he's old. I'm not saying that because he's a white man. I'm saying that because it's the God's honest truth.
Yep.
He's bad. He was not good for America. Nope. All right, sad story about this woman that went MIA for 6 months. And, I would say this about, Republican, Democrat. Her name is
Kay Granger.
Kay Granger. Yep. She's a Republican for Texas.
She was the first female mayor of Fort Worth.
Really?
Yeah. She's been missing for 6 months.
Oh my God.
She's been when I say missing, she's been missing from Capitol Hill for 6 months.
She didn't run for re-election.
Yeah, we got people like Mitch McConnell and Dianne Feinstein, and now you got Kate Granger, who's been living in a dementia rehab facility, a dementia care facility for the past 6 months. She hasn't cast a vote since July 24th. Now, let me ask you, is that really helping America? Is it really helping the Republicans?
No.
No.
When you can't cast a vote in 6 months. She's 81 years old. I mean, God bless her. Look, before we elect people, I'm just going to say this much. Maybe we ought to start looking into and judging them by how old they are. 81 might be too old. Now, for some people, it's not. But for some people, it is. And the other part of this equation is once they're sick, it should be a law that they have to step down.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how many times Mitch McConnell was froze.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do the job, you can't do the job.
Right.
And I would say the same thing if he's an NFL quarterback or, playing the NBA, whatever the case.
Right.
They can't do the job. They can't do the job.
Right.
This woman hasn't been to work for 6 months.
Mm-mm. Well, she did not run for re-election, so there was that.
Yeah, thank God for that. And by the way, one more story before we get to the good news of the day. It could be this week that Iran, I should say, could hit back with nuclear bombs. Trump has been told by the White House, the existing White House, that this week could be the week. Of course, Holy Week in America, yeah, I see that. This is why Donald Trump said we need the Iron Dome.
Yep.
But we're so much bigger than Israel. Israel, how many miles is Israel from on the border?
It's
not that big.
It's smaller than Lee County.
20
Yeah,
miles.
exactly. Iron Dome all across America that would be a task. I'm not saying we don't need it. That would be a task. All right, look, we got to get to the good news of the day, being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home Auto Life Insurance, Commercial Insurance. Get in touch with Rustin Hayes, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So Jessica Rivera took advantage of an annual Christmas Wish program from a Georgia FM radio station that asked all listeners to write holiday cards to her son, who is stationed far away at Travis Air Force Base in California. Now, it was the first holiday she wouldn't be near her 21-year-old, but the devoted mom hadn't counted on a Christmas miracle. Behind the scenes, the radio station worked closely with the staff and officers at the Air Force Base, who generously granted Logan leave and assisted in coordinating his flight back home.
Nice.
And Logan arrived in Atlanta early Thursday morning in uniform, just in time to reunite with his mother during a live broadcast.
Wow.
And a blind 20-year-old cat named Tiki was rescued from the freezing waters of Nabset Lake, thanks to the heroic efforts of 2 Good Samaritans and the Westford Police Department. The dramatic rescue unfolded early in the morning when a passerby called the police after spotting the cat floating precariously on a piece of ice, about 30 feet from shore. Now, as officers raced to the scene, the ice beneath the stranded feline began to crack, leaving only his head visible above the frigid water.
That's sweet.
Before police could arrive, 2 quick-thinking Good Samaritans, Chris and Nate, who are working from home, sprang into action. I guess this is a good thing about working from home.
Mm-hmm.
Using a rowboat and a shovel, they navigated through the breaking ice, and with moments to spare, Nate managed to pull the shivering cat from the water and bring him to safety. And that is your Christmas good news of the day. And before
Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. God bless America. God bless you. I hope you have a awesome Christmas.
And I would like
We'll
to also wish all of our listeners Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to
I do
everybody.
too. I want to say Merry Christmas to you and yours. And don't forget the reason for the season. Acknowledge him in everything you do on Christmas Day.
You like my meme that I sent you?
Yes.
Happy holiday. Merry Christmas.
We were looking at that and I thought, that is so true. I say
All right,
Merry
Tom,
Christmas.
I hope you have a great day. Where are you going for Christmas, Tom?
Well, it all depends.
What are you talking about? We're 2 days away.
Everybody in Midland, Odessa is kind of sick, so I don't want to go over there and get them sick.
Seems like they're sick every year.
Yeah.
Tom, don't come. They're sick.
So I'll just stay here. Although a friend of ours of the stations invited me to her house for dinner and her family.
There you go.
Let me just say,
So she said, Tom, if you're going to stay, you're invited to come over for dinner. We're going to have steaks. Steaks?
Yeah.
Tom is there for the food.
there you go. Tom is
right.
there. All right, radio coming up next. God bless you guys. God bless you guys, and I hope you have an
God bless
awesome.
you guys. Merry Christmas to you and we,
Christmas.
Kevin.
We's already sleeping. She gets up every morning, goes to church at 4:30 a.m.
Me, Dad.
Dedicated. Yeah,
Well,
I
y'all
just
have a
can't do it. I wish. So
have a
you guys
wonderful
have an awesome one.
Yes.
We'll see y'all later.
pics.
And